friends, you've once again found yourselves trapped within the real brick walls of Castle Mac. Thank you for joining us tonight as we continue on our Waterdeep Dragon Heist campaign. This is episode 9. Do you guys believe that?
I don't believe it. I do.
9, I don't believe it.
I've been here for all 9 occasions.
9.
Wow. Off to a crazy one here.
Wait, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
I didn't know what we were going to do, but then when she started doing it, I just went with it.
I hope that was everything you guys hoped for.
I didn't even know it was a thing I wanted until I did it.
All right. Well, we appreciate everyone being here tonight. Without further ado, we are going to jump right in. And we left off with the heroes having just returned to... I meant to watch it earlier and remember where we left off so we could pick up right after, but I didn't. So I forget. You were just at the Yawning Portal, right?
Yeah, we were getting to the Yawning Portal. We were going to go to sleep for a while and then go look for Maxine the talking horse.
Yeah, standard. Sleep in the tavern, look for a talking horse.
Tuesday, we must be looking for a
Dear
talking
diary.
horse.
Woke up today looking for talking horse.
Dear Annalore, it's me, Maxine.
Don't. Just
Oh,
don't.
man. Okay. You guys doing all right? We ready?
Yeah.
That's a secret.
I'm trying to preserve it.
Okay. You ready to roll?
I'm ready to roll. So we either just got back or
Yeah,
are sleeping.
we'll fast forward, I think, to the next morning.
No dreams.
No dreams, not tonight. No, maybe later, but not right now. Hey, Zombie, thank you. That kicks off Divine Inspiration season. It's open season.
And
Thank
what's that bucket for?
Normal bucket.
That bucket bucket.
Lid.
No,
Language.
when is it for?
I don't know. What bucket are you talking about?
For the character.
That was the player character.
It's the character's boat. It's
Jeez.
yellow boat.
All right. You all descend the stairs. You find Shaylee. She has already made you breakfast on this day.
That's nice of her.
She brings it to you all as you find your way to your typical table. Again, the place is pretty... Oh, Wiley, thank you, sir. The place is pretty empty in the morning, other than the usual...
A handful of usuals.
Yes, there are some usuals there who are just putting on the hair of the dog, as it were, and Shaylee's sort of avoiding them, and, you see her go over to one of them, just this old-looking dwarf, and she's like, all right, you okay? It's time to go. He's like, yeah, it's time to go. She very tenderly helps him to his feet.
What was that expression you just said about the hair of a dog?
Yeah, the hair of the dog that bit you.
Do you not know what that means?
I've never heard that.
You've never
Wait,
heard that?
What?
Seriously?
In all of your years, you've never
All
heard
of
the
my
term the hair of the dog
32
to
years.
refer to drinking the next day?
Drinking a little bit of what got you down.
Oh, no.
Just a little sipper.
Yeah. So, she brings you guys a delicious breakfast. It's what you've ordered previously. She kind of greets you guys cheerfully. She's clearly busy, kind of going about her errands. But she's like, figure it out shortly.
Thank you, Shady.
It's like, off to some adventures today?
Hopefully.
We're looking for a talking horse today.
Isn't that the funniest thing?
She's like,
Do you think it really talks?
I couldn't say, but, I've worked in this place long enough to see some strange things come up out of that.
What would you even say to it?
A talking horse?
Yeah.
How are your feet?
I would say, hello, talking horse, I'm Enid. That's what I'm going to say.
I'm sure you'll be fast friends. Well,
Do you think?
I've got some things.
You look busy.
Yes.
We'll let you get to it.
Yes, wonderful. Good morning to you all, and I hope you find your talking horse.
Thank you, Shady.
She smiles and goes off, grabs a broom, and she's like, feck. Starts sweeping up some sick.
Some dog hair of the night before.
Jewish. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated.
What?
Yeah.
That was funny.
It was funny. I got confused.
I got confused.
For ears.
Well, I can't
All right,
out.
here you all are, sitting in the Yawning Portal. Right next to you, this massive chasm that leads deep into Undermountain, and all sorts of terrors lurking just below your feet.
How deep do you think it goes?
Deep enough to hide treasures from just a wayward traveler.
Well, that's usually as deep as I like to go.
I've heard you say that one before.
No doubt you'll hear it again. Honestly, though, I want to know what's down there.
Do you think there's a
Remember
dragon down
your
there?
Constant lines.
I think there's a good chance there's a dragon down there.
How many?
Potentially a
2?
lot. Maybe.
What colors?
Probably not the good ones.
Chromatic, I can be sure. I don't know. The longer I sit here, the more I feel like I want to go down. Even though I know I don't want to go down.
I don't want to go down.
I
I'm
don't
not
either.
scared.
I know I don't. But at the same time, looking at it, I just think I could be descending into it. What treasures would await for me down there?
There's so much I haven't even seen here.
True enough. There could be a boat down there.
A blue one.
I think the best part of going down there would be knowing right off the bat that something's going to attack you or hurt you or... I don't know. There's just... Out here, there's the unknown.
So you want the certainty of danger, as
Yeah.
opposed to the question of danger.
I suppose.
Does make it a little easier to prepare.
That sounds like a captain to me.
Well, if you went into the hole and everything was a danger, then I guess no one would ever be your friend down there.
Potentially. Some things that are dangerous just haven't had the chance to become friends yet. Plus, it's not that different up here. There's a certainty of danger being up here. Absolutely. As we were attacked last night. And Nami the night before.
We do seem to be walking straight into danger without even intending to.
But we have intended to. We've made a splash, as it were. We've taken jobs, aligned ourselves, albeit purely transactionally.
As you all are talking, you see the tavern door open and a unnaturally tall elf, male, with flowing golden locks, dressed incredibly nicely, like dressed almost formally, like one step below formally. Kind of pushes the door open, walks in somewhat familiarly. I think you guys have seen him here before, but he hasn't quite been dressed this nicely. Just sort of strikes you. He kind of looks around the room. His eyes kind of reach you all, and he kind of nods. And he walks over to Shaylee, and she is kind of obviously wiping out a glass, and she leans in, and he whispers something to her, and she nods, and he takes out a sack of gold and kind of slides it across the table. And she takes it, reaches behind, pulls out this big brass key, and hands it to him. And he goes off into the back and unlocks one of the private rooms. Kind of looks back around, walks in, closes the door behind him. All very proper. Just his movements are pure grace embodied.
Where do you think that tall drink of water just got to?
To that room back there.
Great, but what's in that room back there?
I don't know, it's locked.
True enough.
Those private rooms are usually used for private dealings that one shouldn't be overhearing.
But that one would love to participate in. Even if they were just watching. Like through a keyhole. Shaylee, my dear.
So like, oh, sure. What is it?
I'm wondering how much gold I would need to pay to get access to that room.
Her demeanor kind of changes a little bit. She's like, you mean the room that he just went in?
Doesn't have to be at the same time.
Well, our typical rate is 10 gold pieces per day to rent one of the private rooms. But that one's already spoken for.
For the day.
For the next few weeks, I'm afraid. I'm not sure Dernan would appreciate letting anyone just poke around.
He seemed dressed nicely. It was a private room. Who knows how long we'll be staying here?
Are you asking if I'd let you in?
I mean, just to see it. For a potential investment later.
She grins a little bit. She's like, I'm afraid that if I did, I might be putting both of our lives at extreme risk.
Our lives, not just our jobs.
This is a tavern that's well known. Every faction of Waterdeep can be found here. That man is not just renting that room so he has a quiet place to chit-chat. I don't know who he is. I don't ask those questions. Durnan might. All I know is his gold earns him that security. And if I were to go letting you poke around in there, as much as I like you, well, if word got out, that'd be it for this place.
I understand. I wouldn't put you unnecessarily in a position of that much danger. I'm just curious.
I wish I could help you, I do.
Oh no, you've given me everything I need for the moment.
I don't like the way you said that, but alright. How's your breakfast?
Wonderful.
Well,
I'll let you get back to it.
I think, Master Whistler, curiosity once did kill the catfish. It might be best not to get ourselves blackballed.
What
in
about
the
your
first
friend?
week.
It sits on your shoulder.
Enid.
you want me to do a little poking? You feel the claws of your imp kind of squeezing into your shoulder. You all invisibly see his clothing ruffle just a bit.
I'd be cautious.
Let's think about it later, my dear. That is a genius idea. Perhaps when we have a bit more gold.
You hear a sigh. Can't believe, my liege, you're squabbling about... never mind.
I'm like, that's right, never mind. Now, if you're a good boy, I'll find some teeth for you to put in your bag.
Sorry, boss.
He likes teeth. He collects them. Human, mostly.
What? I like the way they smell.
To each their own.
Opens his little bag.
With a molar.
He turns out invisible, just got 2 molars. It's like his nostrils. No, canine.
Oh my god.
Hashtag sniffing teeth.
It's trending now on Twitter.
That'll be a drink special at the Blue Boat.
Yeah, there you go. Sniffing teeth.
You want the sniffing teeth shot? Tastes like menthol.
Just a stiff sniff teeth.
A stiff sniff.
All right, where to? And
We need to get to find someone who knows about Maxine.
I think we just have to find Maxine. We have to speak to a man about a horse.
I must have had too much to drink last night. Who the hell is Maxine?
Why haven't you been paying attention? Oh, you got stabbed. You probably were out of it. I remember now. Because you went off foolishly on your own. So, the Harpers that we spoke to, we have to go find a talking horse who's going to tell us the location of some Zentarum agents that we just have to confirm that they are where they are.
Oh yeah, as a test of a first task type of thing.
Exactly.
I remember now.
We need to prove our worth on the ship, so to speak.
Got it.
It's a low-paying job, but the Harpers know all sorts of things. I don't necessarily want to join, but I would like to extract as much information from them as we possibly can.
And what about the sisterhood that, messed up the walls?
Nice.
After we get this job done, I immediately want to go there.
That's what I want to do.
The Scarlet Demon Sisterhood.
That's the one.
Those girls are murderers. Merdia is a good girl, and she's got mixed up in the wrong crowd. And they've lied to her. She deserves to know that her father loved her.
And that was your vision with the poltergeist?
Oh, they brutally murdered him. He didn't expect it. He couldn't even believe it. He couldn't even comprehend that 2 girls barely out of their teens could be that brutal and savage.
Unfortunately, that is what you get for trusting too willingly.
I think Enid would.
Uh-oh.
Reminiscing back to a time when you two were murder some preteen.
Those murdersome preteen years.
But I mean, elf teen is still hundreds.
Elf teen. How old are you? Elf teen?
Elf Teen magazine.
Oh my, Elf teen beat.
She's probably still there without knowing. Doubt they've... Well, if they've harmed her, they'll have larger problems.
I doubt they even told her the real story.
Agreed. Still not fully sure why they did it. Which, I am trying to know why they did it. I doubt the Scarlet Demon Sisterhood has any merit whatsoever. But if there is...
If it is just 3 people, then they obviously have not grown in numbers.
True enough, but the heroes of the Swordcoats are only 4 in number, and they've killed a god.
That's true. We saw it in the opera.
We saw it in the opera. Well, we didn't actually see it in the opera, of course. We missed the end.
You can stop now.
I'm done.
Just gonna butter my bread.
I think it is time to go head out and find this Maxine.
Maxine.
A handsome name for a handsome girl, I'm sure. We shall set out to the C ward.
It was in the C ward. All right, here we go. Let's get some Castle Mag player inspiration going out. And how are you all going to tackle finding
A talking horse.
a talking horse?
I'm gonna walk up to every horse in Waterdeep and see if it'll say hi.
I was hoping you might say that.
Okay, so wait, where did we hear the talking horse? What was our hint?
Merc told you about it. This was essentially him testing you.
He gave us...
Oh, and he said he was not going to
He
tell
gave
us
us, like,
a
the
thing about how to
skeleton of the
find a
He's like,
talking horse.
there's a talking horse that has information on some people that you need to make sure, and then somehow figure out to get the information back to us.
Mm-hmm.
You got like the bare bones in this quest scroll, and it's still for like 5 XP. You got nothing to work with.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All we gotta do is find the right person. Everyone, every single town that we've ever been to, there's a town gossip somewhere. All we have to do is find out who the town gossip is,
Someone with some
and we'll find out about the talking horse.
Well, that's what I've been trying to figure out the whole time.
I
Because
just,
you are the town gossip.
Well, not quite yet, but I aspire.
I think the place to start is right here.
Well, typically I'd say you're right, but Shaylee doesn't know. That old drunk fellow over there doesn't look like he's awake.
He's here every morning.
Our handsome friend in the private room probably doesn't want to be disturbed. Although, he might know. In fact, that's a perfect reason to go knock on the door.
Stop. I think disturbing him is the last thing that you should do.
Probably right.
What if we went back down to the Skewered Dragon and
That's what I
talked
was
to your
thinking.
old shipmate Tomas?
Oh, the Domas.
Tomas the dumbass.
Either way, that is the last place we did get useful information to move along. And it is a very different area.
And they would know about the worst kind of people in a town, including a town gossip.
if they know about a town gossip, then why wouldn't they just know about a talking horse?
That too. Town gossip might be in there. It's my only input.
The elf, the tall drink of water. Anything that like Enid would pick up about him that others might not?
No, I don't think anything especially different that you would catch. Just, I mean, you would have noted his dress was much sharper than
Like
most people.
like a high elf.
Yeah, and not dressed like an adventurer either.
Like some sort of noble?
Kinda. Not a noble. At least you maybe a noble. Certainly didn't have an entourage or anything like that, but certainly like a upper middle class, like a merchant style maybe. Something like
It looked
that.
kind of like a toned down version of what we saw at the opera.
Yeah. Like I said, it was like one step below.
Semi-formal.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I think that, like, picking up that Whistler really wants to get to know him or, like, just know about him. He doesn't have swamp. He might. I would just take, like, a little piece of parchment and in Elvish write out, like a juvenile, like, childhood, like friend, like, quote or pun. Like, something that, like...
Yes or no, be my friend.
No, not like that. Just, like, something that, like, is nice that would just be, like, a sentiment of friendship. Like, hey, I saw you, and...
Okay.
The wind speak your name.
Yes.
Why don't you roll me a charisma check as you write this, just to see how well it comes off.
Okay. I don't want it to come off as creepy. I want it to come across as
Okay.
like a... It's not a saving throw, right? Just a check?
Just a check.
Okay. So, 16.
Okay. All right. I mean, you write
15.
you write a pretty sweet, not quite so creepy introductory note. What is there a call to action? Are you saying like meet somewhere?
No.
Or what do you?
Like, I've just noticed
Like,
you.
I noticed, like, I've been here a while, like, I haven't noticed you here before, like, you look like a friend.
Okay. You write that, and you all kind of watch her scrawl this out, take it, blow the still wet ink.
And then I would write, like, E-N-I with a heart. D.
All right. You fold it up. How do you deliver it?
I wouldn't want to, like, slip it under his door.
Give it to
I would
Shaylee.
give it to Shaylee.
All right. You find her. She's like wiping down the bar. She's like, "Oh, what is it?"
I wrote a letter to our the friend that you put in that room back there. It has nothing to do with Whistler. It's just I wanted to say hello on my own.
All right.
Can you just see that he gets it? And tell him it's from Enid and Enid only.
I'll do that. She takes it from you and is like, I'll do that. Puts it in her
It's
apron.
definitely not poison.
Yeah.
It's definitely just from me.
She kind of puts it in her apron and is like, is there anything else?
Nope.
All right.
All right, then. I'm resigned to going back to the Skewered Dragon, talking to your friend Tomas, finding a town gossip, and finding a horse, though this sounds like a lot of steps.
If you have a better idea.
Not necessarily. I'm going with it. I'm trusting you.
And the Skewer Dragon was in the Sea Ward, if I remember correctly. So
Which is
you
where
all
we were headed anyway,
head
right?
directly to the Sea Ward. And in the Sea Ward, you arrive not long after. 30 minutes later, sun is still coming up over the tall, pitched roofs to the east of Waterdeep. Above you, yet again, see the glittering cavalry as they ride, their plate mail shimmering. You get the stink of city, the sounds of commerce all around you, people laughing, people shouting. It's there's an electricity about the air. The weather, what are we in, like fall? I think it's a nice kind of crisp, cool, but it's not cold. Just kind of a beautiful day. Beautiful fall day in the city of Waterdeep. You make your way over to the Skewered Dragon, standard fare, what you would expect. Old, drunk, haggard sailors stumbling out the front door. You walk in, conversation kind of dies as people all sort of look at you. You don't see Tomas, but a second later, one of the sailors pokes up, classic, like missing an eye, got the patch, maybe has like just kind of scars all over, has like the beard and a bandana tied over his head. He kind of pokes up, he's like, friend of Tomas?
Yeah, name's Nami.
So, name of Merston. He was talking about you the other day. I never know if we're actually going to shake hands.
I know, I was
Sorry,
like-
that was yeah.
That was
With
what
just
we
no
both
touching.
did. We were like,
Yeah, it was like a
the dip in.
we were like, it was like,
did
that,
the,
it was like,
two snakes. It was pretty awful.
I didn't have it right in front of the camera.
That was pretty awful.
Oh no.
They got the full awkward of fingers.
I hope you cut all our reaction shots. Of like,
Ew, they're touching.
You want to try that over? What is this? All right, no real handshake. No touching. All right. That was weird.
Yeah, let's not talk about it
I'm
anymore.
going to call that out there.
Just the old sailor's handshake.
Yeah, Merston's got the weird, decrepit old sailor handshake with no grip behind it. You just kind of wiggle his dead hands.
When sailors just do this. They just
Yeah. Sailors just kind of put their
like-
fingers together. Like, it's like seaweed.
Coach can't handle it.
It gives it the old sailor handshake.
The seaweed shake. The C word shake.
Yes. The C
We got
word
it.
shake.
Got it.
It's officially the C word shake. Okay, let me write it back.
Why are they shaking hands like that?
This guy continues. They're making eye contact, looking at you.
I'm not sure. Might be from the previous ship. It's not from
Yep.
I'll show you later, Heidi.
Yeah. Anyways, it's like, you must be looking for Tomas. That name Anami, right?
Yeah.
Sure, he was talking about you the other day. He said you might be back.
Well,
Who are your friends here?
these are my traveling partners.
We're friends. We're all her friends.
Whistler.
It's like, Merston.
I'm just gonna keep winking as they're like
He'll do his best. An absolute pleasure. And behind my fucking coat that's hanging over and just...
The old Seward shake. It's like, well, what brings you in? A little early to be drinking if you're not sailing.
Well, we have a particular inquiry.
Sure.
Well, we need to find the town gossip.
Well, there's quite a lot of them here, of course. Sailors, we chat quite a bit. What information you looking for? If it's if it's about nobles, I mean. But if you're looking for the best place to get a nice stew,
Looking for something a little bit strange. Dealing with an animal. Don't worry, it's not.
he's like,
It's not what you're thinking.
It's not one of the shows.
Sure. Well,
It is more exotic by
maybe
nature.
Merston can help you out, huh?
Do you know a horse named Maxine?
Horse named Maxine. No, sure don't. I'm afraid.
Haven't heard of any talking horses.
He's like, oh, that's interesting, you might say. Yeah, just the other day, the boys was talking about one of the wagons here. Could have sworn they heard the horse curse. Could have sworn they heard the horse say, "Get the fuck out of the way." Of course, we, the boys, we didn't believe it, but...
Any idea who this horse might belong to?
Oh, I think it was just, I think it was a hire. I think it was a team hire. Hey, Dinah! Yeah? Tell them about the horse, huh? Oh, fuck off. It's like, no, come on, they want to hear about the horse you heard swear.
Buy you a drink.
Alright, sure.
When you turned and started yelling, I thought Isabel was coming.
It's like, what do you guys want to know? I mean, this asshole gave me shit for, like 2 weeks. I swear I heard this horse.
We believe you.
See? Merston? Asshole.
We do need to know where it was, maybe, or who it belonged to.
What the carriage looked like, who it was.
It's like, sure, coach for hire. Twisted my ankle last ship. I needed transport here, somewhere safe. And, I don't know, there was a group of people, and I swear to the gods above, I heard this horse swear at him, tell him to get the fuck out of the way. Yeah, nobody's believed me, but...
Where did this occur?
He said, sure, I was picked up at the docks, brought straight here. It was a green wagon, maybe.
The horse looked like.
Oh, the horse. She was beautiful. Big, camel color, white spots on her hinds. Had the I don't know shit about horses. I don't know how to describe it, but like with the little nose thing, she had like a white thing, and her little like wrists, they were white. Had bells. I know that. Pretty common, but
Did you by chance catch the name of the owner?
I don't remember. But big fella, big sideburns. Looked like he hadn't shaved in quite a while. Pretty distinctive. You'd recognize him, I think. Picking up, he was down, like I said, down at the docks, picking up sailors or whatever.
I think that's the next place we need to
I
go.
think that's what we have everything that we need. Thank you, Diana.
He's like, yeah, sure, how about that drink, though?
Nami's
Absolutely. Oh, how much is like a drink?
Ah, like a
usually?
copper piece, don't even...
I'll put down like 2 coppers or something.
Whatever. Marison's like, believe him. All right. Suit yourself.
Thank you, Miston. I do believe we must get along.
Sure, pleasant meeting you all. By the way, your folk, I got some ties down there. You know Heist here? Boomin'? You know?
Do
No?
not believe I know Heist.
Yeah, you're like, our society is huge. Yeah. Varied. He's like, sure, well, we go way back. Pleasure to meet you.
He would grab the forearm full.
He took it.
I mean, is Hysia somebody of some renown? Just a friend?
He's
Somebody
like,
worked on ships?
he's a scout, something. He's paid by one of the ships I went out on. He was keeping watch, swimming out ahead of us, keeping stuff at bay. Seemed like a real nice fella. Didn't spend too long on the boat, of course, but capable. Hell of a fisherman, too. He would bring back some big old bluegill, brought us back some marlin. I mean, we ate good when he was with us, I tell you.
Same as Heidi over here. Hydarian.
He's never caught me a fish.
Have not had time to fish. It is an art.
Well.
I will keep an eye out for him. If I do see him, I will tell him Marston said hello.
Like, sure. All right, well, go find your talking horse. Full of shit.
Right. Marston, as you've been so kind, I'll let you in on a little secret.
He leans in with his patch.
No doubt you've heard about the exploits of the Blue Boat. That's us.
He's like, well, I heard about it through Tomas, yeah. Sure.
We're going to be opening up our own tavern in the North Ward. It should be called the Blue Boat. Open here shortly. We're raising the funds now, but you're most invited.
North Ward. Sounds posh.
Yes, but friends of ours drink at a discount.
Now you're talking my language. All right, sure, I'll swing by. Bring some of the boys.
Wonderful.
All right, well, good luck finding your boat, and it was nice to meet you, Nami.
Nice to meet
Tomas
you as
sure
well.
says good things about you.
That's nice to know. It's been really nice to meet someone else here that can help me out here, you know?
Sure, yeah, hey, I go way back. This place, these people, these folk here.
You sound like... sometimes it sounds like Bob's Burgers, almost like... Oh, sorry.
Alright, well, the quicker the better. The quicker we get down to the docks, the more teams we can see as ships come in.
Deep into the C word.
Deep into
Stop playing around, just get straight to it. In the C word. Got it.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So, big green wagon, an Appaloosa of a horse, that's what they're called in your Omnian Appaloosas.
Man with this going on.
Mutton chops.
furry gills, yes.
Furry gills.
And the horse's wrists. They're white.
And the nose.
Have any of you ever ridden a horse before?
A giant seahorse, yes.
Why has the horse's wrists tickled you so much?
Yeah, dear God.
What Yeah.
Oh, hey, what's up? Thanks for the raid, y'all. I'm gonna
Why did they have to raid right
divine
now?
inspiration for the raid, right as you're goofing about horses' wrists. I don't know.
Oh my god.
Okay.
We will head out looking for a grain wagon with a Appaloosa type horse.
You all head to the Sea Ward. In fact, you head to the docks. You head to the dock ward.
In search of some furry gills.
Enid is having a goof about something she's remembered from the Feywild. So, just touched by the Fey right now. And she's laughing so hard she's hiding her face.
I've never seen a horse's wrists. Are they that funny?
I didn't know that they had wrists until he mentioned it.
What do you think they look like? Like, do horses have feet?
They have hooves. They have hooves. They're all over the place. We've quite literally probably seen 200 horses.
Is that what those things are?
All right, you all get to the docks, and you do see something quite strange going on. In fact, all of the piers are full of ships, and clearly there's stevedores at work. One is particularly left open, which is a little bit strange, and you see there's some bit of fanfare. There are like streamers and almost like basically streamers like ribbon kind of along the posts in the side of the pier, like it's waiting for something important. You don't see anyone there. Nobody is tending to this, but it is conspicuously left open compared to the rest, which look commerce
ceremonial.
It definitely looks ceremonial. Yes.
Upon entering the docks, I think Hydarian would look around to see if he sees the poet's pen or anyone from Captain Aranya's.
You do not. You do not see the poet's pen there. In fact.
There are people attending that particular spot.
No, the ceremonial spot looks like it's been set up and left. You do not see people tending to that in particular right now. But there is a buzz of activity, so it's conspicuous in that it's not like active right now.
I mean, if there's people around, I think I would solicit somebody to tell me.
Okay, sure.
Just to ask.
You find some random. Give me an NPC. Give me an NPC to be randomly selected.
Jason.
Not a name.
Oh, a name? Not a name?
Just a.
A type of...
Yeah, give me a type.
A halfling.
Dwarf.
All right. Halfling it is. You find
Dwarf.
a half dwarf, half halfling.
Named
Just a quarterly. Alright. There's this halfling walking with a cane. We are wrecked. There's a halfling walking with a cane and kind of looks up at you as you sort of flag her down. She's like, yeah.
Quick question. I noticed that there's a bit of fanfare around that pier there. I'm wondering if you knew what it was.
She's like, oh yeah, you haven't heard? It's King Rami is coming in. Rami, I think it's Rami, coming in to negotiate a peace treaty from Chult, of all places. Believe that? Yeah, there's been we get a lot of imports from there, and it's good work for the mercenaries guilds. Yeah, so King Rami's coming in. I guess they're going to work out some kind of treaty. Ask me. I mean, we're getting stuff from them just, coppers on the gold. We might as well just make it part of the Lord's Alliance, save everyone a headache, really. But yeah, Rami's coming in. Should be pretty interesting.
Do you know when the king is supposed to arrive?
Tomorrow morning, I think. Tomorrow morning's when he's set to arrive. I'm glad to see people treating it with some respect. I've never even heard of them, to be honest with you. The Karas tribes, I think it is. I can't even remember for certain.
I'm afraid I slept through the histories of Chult and the Border Kingdoms. Kicking myself now. Thank you for your time.
Sure. Yeah, it should be a nice crowd.
It might be one we want to be part of.
Oh, I think absolutely we should be a part of it.
All right. You all look around for a little while longer. Anything in particular you'd like to do before we narratively jump to the next scene? Anything you'd like to do on the docks? Okay. It takes some time. About 2 hours pass. It gets to be high sun right around noon. And finally, it is Hydarian. you all are getting just like, oh my gosh, like getting hungry, getting a little hot and tired. It's that awkward, like cold in the morning. Now it's heating up in the direct sun and all the people around. And you glimpse a green cart. Pretty nice, pretty lavish. You can see that it's got 3 rows of seating. And it's like painted up on the side. It's got like gold, not real gold, but like painted gold, Art Deco style. Or Art Nouveau, really, like very floral looking. And you look and you can see this big, beautiful horse described more or less the way Merston had described it. And you in fact see this man, he's down, he's kind of heaving, and he's got a little fez on, and he's talking to some people like, come on, I could give you, like, all right. He's kind of standing around.
Nami, look. It seems to be the cart that was described to us.
It's gotta be him.
Should we ask its keeper to talk to it, or should we just talk?
I think we should take a ride.
Okay.
Why do we want to take a ride to the North Ward?
We could go back to Troll Skull Alley.
We'll just take a look at the spot. We'll have them take us over there.
He's leaning back against like, hey, you guys. Yep. No. Okay.
My good man.
He's like, oh, yep.
My party and I were hoping that you could give us a ride to the North Ward. Do you go that far?
He's like, absolutely, we do. Name's Zepp. I'm happy to take you out there. Shakes your hands. Normally, handshakes. He's like, sure. 1 dragon for the lift. That's a bit far, but old Maxie here, she's up for it.
I'll walk over and be like, my, quite a horse. I haven't seen one of these in so long. Not an Appaloosa.
He's like, yeah, she's a big girl, but he kind of slaps her on the flank. She's been good to me. She's a good girl. Kind of rubs along her neck.
Oh. I'll do the typical, like, rub up the neck and down, and then when I get close, be like, Maxine, we're here from the Harpers. We'd like to ask you a few questions when we arrive.
Alright, you hear this weird, like, not in front of him.
I understand.
He's kind of like, what's that?
While he's doing that, I'm gonna ask him.
Distracting him.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, I spend most of my time on a ship. I don't really get to interact with animals like this all the time. This will be a nice treat for me.
He's like, sure, you want to walk beside her, or you can do whatever you want.
Sure.
She's game.
I'm a little
behaved.
scared, to be honest, but she won't bite me.
So, no, unless
okay.
you're holding a carrot or something, then maybe she'll give you a little nip, but it's nothing. You want to feed her?
Oh my goodness, that'd be such a delight.
Opens up a little satchel and pulls out this like pressed oat cake. He's like, yeah, sure, here, those are her favorite. Put a little honey in them just for her.
I'm like, well, it's settled down.
Oh, for her, okay.
He's like, I don't think you'd like it very much. Maybe, I don't know.
So Nami's walking next to the horse, as she's never seen a horse walk before. The 3 of us are riding.
I think we can do that.
He's like, sure, well, you all sailors come in from somewhere, or?
Aye. We are from the Blue Boat. Sailors and business owners.
Well, all
Soon
right.
to be business owners, soon to have a business.
Understand. All right, well, this is the place to be, at Waterdeep. Well, I guess we can get going. You sure you're okay to walk up there? Just, just watch out for the traffic, but Maxie, she'll treat you right. He kind of climbs up. The wagon sways as he climbs up. Yeah, come on. He reaches down and reaches a hand to you, Whistler. Helps pull you up. Reaches over to the other side, kind of slides across the seat to reach down and grab your hand, Enid. And you all climb aboard the green wagon.
Climb up myself.
As he kind of...
While she's walking, I'll be like, Enid, why don't you ask him about coaching? He could be your friend. We could potentially hire him to lead people from the bar when we open it.
Mr. Zepp, have you ever coached for a Captain Aranyos before?
So, I don't usually ask names. Could be.
Ridiculous hat.
I see a lot of those. Actually, you'd be surprised how many what I consider ridiculous hats. Maybe I'm the one out of touch with fashion these days. There was a time when I I would have known what hats to wear, but
Captain of
not
a small
anymore.
boat
Thank you, Yield.
compensates with a big hat.
He's like, right, no, what I'm saying, I hear you. That is literally most of those fellas who are coming off those boats. Big hats, yeah, maybe compensating. I don't know. I don't know. But
Have you lived here long?
so, oh yeah, been in Waterdeep my whole life. Dad was a sailor. Mom was too. Actually, she gave it up pretty quick. She's more. She actually works at a mercantile now, so she handles a lot of their books. They're getting on up in years, and
I had to go sign a book when I got here.
Yeah, sure, yeah. Most
2 books,
most folks,
actually.
Yeah, most folks do. That's kind of standard. I frequently take people to the magistrate as they're coming in off the ships. That's pretty common.
That's what it was.
Yeah, Waterdeep, they can be a little bit strict, but hey, this is the place to be, right? I mean, it's the jewel of the North. I mean, just look around. There's anything you could ever want. So,
How long have you had this horse?
oh, Maxie. Oh, I've had her about 7 years now, I guess.
Is she your best friend?
I mean,
Do you tell her everything?
well, I do. Yeah, sure. She doesn't ever say anything back, of course. So it's easy to.
But if horses could talk, am I right?
He's like, yeah, but Maxie, she's a good girl. Treats me right. I treat her right.
How did you procure your horse? Was
Well,
it just
I purchased her. If you're familiar, no, I'm just kidding. I'm clearly you're familiar with purchasing, but
You had to
I
book
just
for
bought her.
that.
Yeah, I signed like a ledger. Pretty weird questions, Maxie.
Yeah, we'll be doing that while.
As we said before, we don't really, as you can tell probably by even the way we look, we don't normally spend a lot of time on land.
He's like, yeah, no, I got it. I'm sorry, I didn't mean any offense by that. Look, you guys seem like
We get it all the time.
people.
I totally
Sure.
understand.
Yeah, you guys seem like great people. So, anyways, as I was saying, I got her from Neverwinter. He leans into the conversation. Happy to have someone to chat to. What do you do up there?
When I hear him talking, his voice actively booming out, I'll
Yeah.
take that moment just to try and maybe lean in and be like, Maxine, when would be a good time for us to ask you some questions?
She's like, freedom.
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 Oh. Freedom.
Give me freedom.
I was like, that's deep. Stephen, I'm vegan, you can't do that. Oh my god, I'm like, oh.
When can we speak? Freedom.
Oh my god.
freedom?
It's like the SPCA commercials or whatever.
With Sarah McLachlan.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right. I'm sure we've got some tasty treats coming up for you if you
Thank you for the sub, man.
have some information for us.
He's like, Harper's.
I forgot what I was even supposed to ask about. I don't have my notes. Somebody's hoarding my note page, okay? Help!
Yes.
Help! Help!
We're working for the Harpers.
Yeah, but what am I supposed to be asking about?
Well,
We're looking for 3 Zentarim.
You don't have to say it like that.
Whereabouts?
But he... Whatever.
She just asked, are you a Harper?
Oh, got it. Working with him.
With who?
The Hoppers.
It's like, does the whole horse side eye?
Don't.
Similar to the bird
Wait,
side eye.
everyone at home, take a drink.
Oh yeah, I gotta put the drinking game rules in. You guys need to send those to me again. I can't remember what they.
I can't do the bird. I have to do the
We're gonna have an
reverse.
emotional end on one session, and nobody's gonna be able to enjoy it because we're gonna have done too many of our own isms, and everyone's like, "I'm fucking done."
She says, "Of course, but who?"
Mert.
Mert.
Oh, how is Mert?
Fit.
cold or a horse laughing?
That was a horse laughing.
Sorry.
You're good.
Sorry, I should lean over Steven's way and get him
Just
chicken
cough
stuff.
into this and then pour it on Lydia.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
Alright. So you all are approaching Troll Skull Alley.
Manor?
Yeah. Manor and within the alley.
Walking down here this far, I just realized I'm starving. Is anyone else hungry?
Oh, always.
You see him just like... Zep doesn't say anything.
We haven't had anything since before the sun came up.
I mean, he'll try to look at Nami for a cue. Be like, Zep, now I don't want to interfere with your business, but would you care to eat with us? Because I frankly have a few questions I'd like to ask you about business.
He's like, oh, that's really kind of you. I'm not really supposed to. I did pack a lunch, trying to be better, not spend all my gold on food.
That would be our treat.
He's like, that is incredibly kind of you all. Yeah, I would join you for lunch.
Okay, well then we're going to have to ask your opinion. Where is the closest place to eat around here?
He says, oh, I've got you on that. Don't worry. We're going to the Wyvern's Den. It's right around the corner. They have the absolute best duck eggs. I don't know what they do. I don't know. It could be magic. I mean, this is Waterdeep.
Are you ready to duck eggs?
But I don't know. It's just, they are delicious.
Okay. Well, I'm absolutely sold.
All right. Hey, thanks, guys. That's all. Thank you, guys. That means a lot to me. Thank you. You hear that, Maxie? Gotta reach his floor.
We're new here and still trying to just make friends in town.
He's like, sure. Well, be careful. I mean, you guys probably heard, not everyone here is as friendly as Maxie and I. So
we've seen. In fact, I think it was our first day here, and we saw quite a bit out in the streets. It's a bit scary.
Yeah, that'll happen out there.
Not everyone's your friend.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right.
I would look at Whistler when I said that.
Oh my god.
No way.
He's like, well, here we are. Let's get something to eat. Maxie, you okay? Yeah, Maxie, I'll bring you something extra special, girl, okay? Bring you a nice apple. She, stomps at the ground.
Well, unfortunately, I cannot join you all for lunch. My people do not quite eat the same food. I will wait outside.
He's like, oh, yeah, sure.
Nami, you should probably watch him. I don't know if any of us should be alone anymore.
Just to here, take a gold piece. It will be my treat for Master Zip's lunch.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Man, you guys are... Thank you. That's what I'm trying to say.
And Enid, the vision of purity, myself, and the valiant Zep shall eat the duck eggs.
Well, on we go.
Get me some food, please.
Save a duck egg for me, if you will. But in the meantime, I'm sure Hydarian and I can find something that we can agree upon.
Of course.
You all go in. Unless there's anything in particular you want to say to Zep or talk about in the inn, I will just skip to them.
I think the only thing, and somewhat legitimate questioning, is are you ever on retainer in some nights in a spot?
He's like, occasionally that does happen, particularly when, say, one of the cruise ships is coming in, one of the passenger liners. Then sure, the company will hire me to escort people to their inns and things like that. But those contracts can be pretty lucrative. They can be a little tough to, they can be tough to come after. So I guess short answer is yes. Long answer is not always.
Are you able to charge different amounts in different wards of the city?
Oh, sure. Yeah, of course. Castle Ward is where the money is. I mean, North Ward is pretty nice, too. Sea Ward, well, it's slim pickings, but quite frankly, this whole wagon is not, a bit of an eyesore compared to those shiny, polished ones they got, kicking around up in the North Ward and Castle Ward.
Well, the thing is, we're opening an inn in the North Ward.
It's like, oh, you don't say. Wow.
Well, a tavern.
Look at you, tavern owners. Saturated market, but, people got to drink, right?
We've got a few spare special things planned, don't we, Enid?
Mm.
Now, being that we don't know any other coachmen and you're so kind, what if we came to some arrangement of trying to work out an exclusive?
He's like, well, I am definitely open to that. If you'll forgive me, I'll need to run the numbers by my wife, but I'm sure we could come up with something. You know, if it's escorting people who are too drunk to walk home, you know, there's that. Or yeah, I mean, we can definitely work something out. I'd like the consistency, and I mean, me and Maxie would work hard for you guys. We really would. I mean, we're good workers.
I don't doubt it. I think we should keep it in mind. We're still a ways out, though, aren't we, Enid, from opening up?
Mm-hmm. We'll probably have to sign a lot more books.
Yeah, probably so. Yeah,
A lot more trade.
All the all the guilds out there taking their cuts. I hear you. You know, I can't. You want to repair a wheel on that wagon out there?
I don't.
I can't do it myself. Got to take it to the guild, or if they find out about it, they're gonna. You guys know. Yeah, you guys know what's up.
We get it. I'll leave it at that.
Cool. All right, your duck eggs come out, and they're pretty good.
Are they wyvern eggs or duck eggs?
They're duck eggs.
Okay.
Are they as good as he said they were, though?
Enid's never had a duck egg, so yes.
Rolled a 1. No, they're fine. They're just not like you're like. Yeah, I mean, pretty good. He's like, oh, you can eat those because I'll.
I'll save some for these two.
Yeah. All right, cut to you all. Maxine kind of stamps at the ground a little bit. Nuzzles you a little bit. Nuzzles Hydarian. And she's like, what do you want to know?
We were told by Mert. I was told because some of us were not there for that.
It's been 2 weeks, okay?
You were also busy getting stabbed. To look for the locations of 3 Zentarim.
Well, as it happens, I was delivering a group the other day. To the Yawning Portal, no doubt. They've got a bit of an operation going on there. This is a really weird hoarse voice, but I'm going to roll with it.
Keep going, man.
Well, the leader seemed to be...
Horser, man.
Horsier.
Horser. My voice is going hoarse.
When she says go horser. I'm sorry.
An elf, I think. A stallion, though you humans keep your parts covered, so it can be hard to tell. Long, flowing blonde mane he was. The other one with him, large, half-orc, I think, called him boss. The other one with him was small halfling, talkative fellow. Dropped them off at the Yawning Portal. They spent the whole time talking about recruitment. And here's a funny thing. They mentioned, the half-orc did, a group of blue and green individuals who were, quote, pretty good in a tussle. Must have been referring to you.
Well, that's odd.
What if it was our little informants? A half-orc and a halfling?
And the blonde sounds like our blonde elf at the Yawning Portal that Whistler's so obsessed with.
This does not bode well. One more circle to get mixed up in. Do not. Well,
Was that all the information we were supposed to get?
our information was to locate and confirm the location. Do no more. And we will do no more because we will be paid for no more.
There you have it. The information I have.
Thank you, Maxine. We will do some thinking on this as a group, I believe.
Of course.
Maxine, just to let you know, someone that wasn't with the Hoppers did accidentally overhear you talking. So there's been some rumors.
I shall endeavor to keep my secret.
Luckily for you, it was a rather loose-lipped drunkard in the Sea Ward, so no one really believed him.
That kind of talk is loose with the sailors. Oh, thank you, Misery.
It's the talking horse, isn't it?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Right, well, I think they would kind of just like shoot the shit with Maxime until everybody came out.
Yeah, I mean, I think she talks with you guys, has some funny cultural observations and stuff like that. Just like, your herds move so differently. Just stuff like that. Refers to people as stallions and mares. Her difficulty in figuring out who's who.
We'll come out and be like, so imagine my father's surprise when the diplomat turns up in my bedchamber.
Yes, I'm just like, oh my, oh, hey, thank you guys so much for lunch. I can't even believe, it's like, Maxine got you a little something, pulls out an apple and she happily chomps it and he kind of rubs her nose. He's like, well, you all know where to find me, so good luck on the tavern, the Blue Boat, you said it was going to be called? It's right here in Troll Skull, right down there.
Right down there. It looks
Sure.
dilapidated now.
Yeah.
Don't judge us.
Hey, if you guys can figure out their duck egg recipe, though, I would not only be an employee, but a patron, so...
Like looking at Enid knowing that it was just okay. You're like, we'll have to look into that.
Thank you, Steph.
Enid, will you write that down for us?
In a book.
In a book for duck eggs.
Well, thank you all so much. Maxine, you ready to get going, girl? She stamps at the ground. He's like, all right.
Thanks for the ride, by the
He's
way.
like, of course. Well, like I said, you all know how to find me, and good luck. And we'll be in touch. Thank you again for lunch. That was incredibly nice of you all. Enid, I hope your family one day gets to come and visit where you're at. Whistler, I don't even know what to say. I'll see you guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. And on that note, we're going to go to our first break. Guys, we are going to, right when we get back, do our subscriber giveaway drawing. Now, this is, if you recall, the subscribers in our Discord channel. This is our Venn diagram. You got to be both a subscriber and in our Discord channel and have those linked up. So I will do a manual refresh of the Discord channel in just about 5 minutes.
Oh, it didn't get it.
So... All right, we'll see you guys in just a bit. Thanks for hanging out with us. Hey everyone, Steven from Castle Mac here. Wanted to take a moment to play this video over the break so that we wouldn't eat up time when we come back, so that we can get right back into the role-playing that we think you're here for. Wanted to sincerely thank you for being here. It truly means the world for us, really, you guys. We're overwhelmed by the support that we receive from you all, so truly thank you. Let's get some administrative stuff out of the way. As you may or may not know, you can find us on YouTube. There's a link right down below the video. We've got all kinds of links down there. Or you can find us at youtube.com/c/CastleMac, or searching for Castle Mac will pull it up. I do my best to get all the videos up within 24 hours of their live stream, so there shouldn't be much of a delay. Usually I'm faster than that, and sometimes just a little bit behind. But every back episode is there, so you can go check them out. Finally, you can find us all on Twitter. That's pretty much where we mostly hang out in the social media world. All of our Twitter handles are visible within the player tags, although we're pretty easy to find. Just do the @CastleMac and it'll fill out with the 6 of us. So give everybody a follow and let's talk D&D. It's pretty much all we want to do all the time. Another link down below you'll see is our Bandcamp. All of our music is completely original. This is done by Castle Mac Andrew, and he's done just a phenomenal job. You can go listen to those tracks individually at our Bandcamp link. You can also purchase the album if you'd like to show him some support. He's got more stuff in the pipe, and it's going to be just fantastic. Finally, we do have a podcast. Speaking of audio, you can find us on iTunes under Castle Mac and other places that good podcasts are found. We're a little bit behind right now, but we're going to be caught up and have all the episodes for your audio pleasure. Finally, our Discord. The link is down below again. This is probably been the biggest hit with us. We love it so much. Lots of people come and hang out. We've made tons of good friends, lots of new friendships forged there. It's just fantastic. It's a really good community. So we invite all of you to come join us and have a good time. A lot of times after shows, we will hang out in the Discord voice chat, so you guys can come and we can all just kind of hang out a little bit. It's a lot of fun. Finally, let's talk about Divine Inspiration. As you've probably seen by now, every 500 bits or subscription equivalent earns our players a Divine reroll. We think this is a really fun way of letting the viewers sort of act like they're the gods of the realm. They can subtly guide the actions of the players, whether it's, guiding an arrow or moving a shield over just a hair. So we really appreciate that. That is the immediate tangible benefit, but do want to talk about, what we do with those bits. We reinvest absolutely every dime we make into the stream, and you can look back at some of our older YouTube videos and see in a very short time we've come a long way. We really use that to pay for art. We've done tons of artist commissions, from overlays to character artwork, and we will continue to do so. We think artists make this community incredibly vibrant and bring visuals to life. I don't think any of this works without some of the wonderful art that people have done, and also equipment. As you probably know by now, if you spend any time with us, we have been making huge improvements to our audio, and that is really our number one focus right now. So we are saving up for a comprehensive audio equipment overhaul. Both Andrew and I have some background in recording, and we are really hoping to make that leaps and bounds better than what it is right now. We're really making do. It's challenging to mic a room full of people with broad dynamics, from whispers to shouts when people roll 20s. So we are being very thoughtful, and we're really focused on making that as absolutely amazing as we possibly can. And so you all are helping us with that. Every time you donate even a single bit, we really, truly appreciate it. Okay, let's get back to the break. We'll see you guys in just a few minutes. Thank you again for being here. It honestly means the world to us. So we'll see you soon. All right, everybody, we're back, and the sub-drawing has occurred.
Mayor Thanrand!
Mayor Thanrand has won our sub-drawing. Congratulations, Thanrand. If you're in the chat, hit us up.
Thanrand.
We know you. We love you. We'll get you some
None
stuff.
other than one of them mayor fat cats
Mayor-
always winning the stuff.
The rich just keep getting richer in Waterdeep. Congrats, Thanrand. We'll hit you up with some contact information shortly.
Isn't it Thangrand?
It is Thanrand.
So
Oh my god,
Zet-
praise be to Pylos, though, am I right?
Praise be Pylos.
Zet has left us with Maxime. We're sitting in the middle of Troll Skull Alley.
Troll Skull Alley, you're right there. Let's see. So what needs to happen in Troll Skull Alley? You haven't. Did you ever meet the book
We
seller?
didn't meet Rishal.
Didn't meet Rashal. Also, you probably hear the sounds of construction blaring out of Troll Skull Manor.
What did we find out?
The horse didn't talk.
Hi, Darion. I'm not going to listen to her. What did we find out, my love?
She's telling the truth. The horse does not talk.
You're a terrible liar.
He is a terrible liar.
That is true. We did find out quite a few, maybe unfortunate facts. The 3 Centurium that we were supposed to put eyes on were our elf from this morning,
Of course.
and what seems to be a very good description of our friends Garland and Cutty.
Those little two-timers. How impressive. I like them even more.
And the location we were supposed to make sure they are at was the Yawning Portal.
We could have just knocked on the door, and we wouldn't have even had to go find a talking horse.
That would have made a lot of sense. Hello, yes, are you Centurium?
But you got to have those eggs.
Those mediocre duck eggs, by which here both of you go.
Go ahead, do your slurp.
No.
Everyone else has.
There are 4 knights! Well, we can head back to the Yawning Portal, see what we can find out. Maybe it's Garden and Cuddy, maybe it's not. We did tell them that they could double deal on your old captain.
Oh, I'm not too worried about them. They trade in information. They will be seen amongst all circles of people. It is the elf that I would like to know more about.
Wasn't Jaeger a half-orc?
Jaeger was a half-orc.
Could have been.
She said it was a stallion.
Did she? I don't think she implied at all.
What's
Just that they were referring to the half-orc as boss.
The half-orc was referring to the elf as boss,
Yeah.
but she called the elf a stallion.
Ah,
The only, I think the only reference there was that the elf was a stallion.
I wonder how true that is.
can I
Oh my
find
god.
out later?
What do you mean?
Well, being that you all thought a horse had wrists, there's no point in explaining it.
But it could have
The
been.
raid, Soul Bear.
Oh, hey, babe.
This is to celebrate the raid. Thanks, guys. Much
Thank
appreciated.
you. Could have been Jaeger and some other halfling.
It's still worth making sure, because that was part of our contract, was to confirm the location.
Well, we know the elf's there.
This is true.
I left him the note.
Left him a note. Wait, is that what you did? You left him a note?
Mhm.
What did it say?
Just that I thought that he looked like a friend.
Good job.
So either confirm with him, or we could talk to Cuddy and Garland.
Death.
I think it's rather interesting that, from what you're telling me, that room is rented by the Zentrum. Shadley was quite worried for her life. And Dernan, hero adventurer, owner of the Yawning Portal, allows the Zentrum
Does
to
he
rent space.
allow them to rent space?
Shadley seemed worried that...
But why decline? Probably best to stay neutral.
Probably best to stay neutral. I'm also just saying, who knows how much we can trust the old Dernan anymore?
True.
Why?
We don't know to what level of involvement he's involved with the Zentrum. I do agree. Not getting involved and letting him have the way is probably better than fighting it out in your bar every night.
But you're right. Even still, if you're uninvolved, to what point of pressure would he give up information?
We're no friends.
A good captain will do anything for his ship. That bar is his ship. It is his livelihood now. He would protect it with his life.
So, most important question is, who's a half-orc and who's a halfling?
I think all we have to do is go back and ask our dear Shaylee if she's seen our friends Garland and Cuddy.
With the tall elf.
With. If not, we just post up at the bar. Somebody's bound to come in sooner or later.
You could maybe get some hours exercising your violin.
That I could.
We could do our trick again.
Being that we've been attacked in the streets now twice, I don't know if your trick's the best idea.
Yes, having ale come out my nose is not my favorite trick that we do.
It's mine.
I know.
It's my favorite trick that I've seen. Of yours.
I mean, I am a titan of many gifts, Adarian.
Oh my god!
Me. It's a cool fall day, just got a bit more hot.
I think with that he'd start walking towards the yawning portal.
That just earned an inspiration. One of the rarely given DM inspirations. Right for you there, Hydarion.
Back to the yawning portal.
Yes. All right. You all walk by Troll Skull Manor, and you can hear Groggy just swearing. It's like, "Oh, God damn it!" Just banging and fixing stuff as you walk by. It takes you some time to get back to the yawning portal. It's now late afternoon. We're pushing 4 o'clock now. You've kind of traveled all over the city. You get in, and people are starting to have early dinners. There's people drinking. It's starting to be a little bit raucous, and you can in fact see an adventuring party getting ready to delve down into Undermountain. And you can see they're signing some contracts, and Shaylee's holding them, and they're not even reading them. They're just like, yeah. Hey, I mean, if anyone's gonna get out of this, though, it's Vislin. Vislin's gonna get out of here. You're gonna be fine, aren't you, mate? It's just like flipping past this, signing stuff, and she's just sitting there like, all right. But there's a bit of a happening crowd going on. You see 3 Strings is playing away, plucking away at the lute. Durnan is behind the bar, in fact, and he's a little bit busy. He's like, "Yep, 2 you said? All right. What do you all do?"
Is the elf there?
You do not see the elf.
Is the door closed back there?
Door is closed.
Whistler, is this a bad business opportunity? If we were to maybe forge a contract of ourselves and hand it to these people, they owe us 50% of the share, and see if they sign it or not. Oof. They seem to be in a fairly celebratory mood.
I like it. But I don't know if I have it in me to drop a contract that fast. But I like where your head's at. In fact, Shaylee, my dear.
And she's just like, yep. Nope, you gotta finish the last one, please. He's like, oh, yeah, sorry. Clearly distracted, just wanted to ham it up, wanted to get through the signing. She sort of leans over to you while she's holding this clipboard, essentially, for this person to sign. She's like, yeah, Whistler. What's up?
It's like, I'm just curious, do you have blanks of those contracts, just in case we were thinking about going down to read over ahead of time?
Sure, I suppose so. Yeah, I mean, you could ask Durnan. He charges to use the portal, but not much, and you just have to sign this. It just essentially releases us of any responsibility for what happens down there. Had to introduce that after some family members came. Well, I get it. You understand.
Were you able to deliver my letter?
I did. I delivered it. I don't know if he read it. He took it into that room.
Did he seem happy when you gave it to him? Did he smile?
He doesn't seem to ever seem happy or sad, really. Bit of a blank slate. Sir, one more. It's the last one, I promise. I couldn't say one way or the other.
Have you seen our comrades Garland and Cuddy? I'm sure you know who they are.
Those two, of course. Yeah, I've seen them around. They were here 2 nights ago, I reckon. Just doing what they normally do. Nosing about the place.
Like, I've never seen them stay up with us. Do they rent private rooms?
No, they don't. They don't rent from us. In fact, they only ever buy the cheap beer. There's a couple of rascals.
Do you know any other people that have come and have talked with that elf before?
Oh, lots of people come in and talk, and that's not really my business, miss. She kind of looks to the other adventurers. It's like, be careful poking around. You just let it go.
I didn't mean to make you upset.
Oh, no, honey. She's like, all right, yes, no, you're all done. Thank you, yes. Good luck. They're fucking dead. No, you didn't upset me. No, it's nothing like that. I'm just saying they're dangerous people, ain't it? And asking questions about them and wanting to be their friends. Well, it's best to just steer clear of them. You know what Durnan says? He says, keep your friends close and keep your enemies closer.
I'll get really close to him. We're friends.
Yeah, sure, ain't it? Can you... Whistler, can you keep her from getting shanked?
I think I can. I'm not sure, in all honesty.
Couldn't
I mean,
keep
Nami
me from
got
getting
shanked.
Nami got shanked.
Well, there you have it. Just be careful. You're all green. You're all wet behind the ears. I wouldn't give you a snowball's chance in the 9 hells going down that portal. I wouldn't. And I mean that with all the love and kindness I can muster. And if you told me right now you wanted to descend down into that hole and you wanted to sign one of those contracts, I'd let you. But I gotta say, I wouldn't feel good about it.
We're not going down there now. I'm just curious about the contracts. See, I'm a bit of a fastidious person when it comes to contracts.
I understand. You're certainly welcome to take a look at him. And be careful nosing around about that elf. He's a dangerous man. Or so I'm led to believe.
I think you're right.
Anyways, what else can I do for you?
That's all, Shaylee. We'll take up no more of your time.
It's like, alright. Nice to see you all again. She runs off. The crowd is all cheering now as you see the first one like, ha ha! Here we go, boys! Send the toughest in first. That's what I said. He's looking at you guys. Like, you guys know. Yeah, you guys know. Alright! Do it! You hear the he's like, alright, I'll see y'all in a little bit!
How long does it look like it's going to take them to descend?
Probably like 20 seconds or... no, probably more like 5 minutes.
Alright.
I can't remember how deep it is. I'm just making up numbers. More than a minute, less than 10 minutes.
Alright. I'll go up and get my violin.
Okay, alright. 3 strings is kind of plucking. You run upstairs, come back down with the violin. He's like, wasn't sure I was going to be accompanied tonight.
Well, indeed. It seems that we're playing the same arrangement tonight, if you will.
He's like, oh, are we? Well, let's see if you can keep up. And he starts like plucking out something much more competent than he has up until this point. He's like, do you know this one?
I'll be like, allow me to keep up with that in just a moment. First, I need to give a little bit of something with some charisma. I'll be like, ladies and gentlemen of all kinds, for those descending, a ballad for them. I'll play a funeral song. A well-known funeral song to get the crowd going.
He like a downer funeral song?
Like
sort of
taps.
dirge?
Like the equivalent of taps that people would recognize
okay.
and know.
Alright, you start playing it, and of course people are first like, and you hear, people start clapping, and one of the adventurers is like, alright, very funny, very funny. Come on, something more upbeat, my mate's going down right now. People are like goofing, and you get a good response from people. They're laughing and clapping and cheering for the fact that you just basically played taps with these guys descending down.
Is it just a group of guys?
No, I'm just making up as I go. We'll say there is...
Is there anyone handsome or good-looking in the group?
we'll say there's a very handsome-looking dragonborn.
Enid, typically, when sailors go off to sea, a beautiful maiden will give them a token for the travels.
Like what?
Just anything.
Like what?
A handkerchief, a locket of hair, some undergarments sometimes. You should give your one of your scarves, one of your lovely scarves that you wear all the time, to that handsome dragonborn there, just as a token of good luck.
Why do you think? No, I don't want to. Okay, well.
All right. It's just a thing that people do in Waterdeep.
Okay, I'll do it.
All right, let's do it. Hey, you, handsome dragonborn.
All right. Yeah, you see the strong dragon snout jaw. Got the rope, shining armor. Yes. There you go. That's what both of you. I'm not even going to leave you out because you've had me in sketches too. He's sort of like, So, and he stuffs it into his mouth. And he does the old like...
Good job, Enid! Oh my... She's like, get back.
I can clean my glasses with that.
I will keep up with 3 strings after that. Whatever he's trying to play, I'll attempt to keep up with.
All right. In fact, he's like, well played. Not a lot of attention to yourself, but well played.
Frenemy.
I mean, I'll try to follow.
Yeah, go ahead and make a performance check.
I need you to do it, mouth it out too.
I got a 15.
Okay,
I'll let
what's
that
your
stand.
accompaniment? Go ahead and sing it for me. Here, you ready?
Yeah.
Alright, it's good.
I don't
it's really
like it.
good.
Yeah, it's great though.
I don't like it.
That's a 15 performance, so you guys clearly have no taste.
In fact, people start like stomping their feet and clapping, and Durnan's even like, oh, 3 strings, all right. And he's just like,
I think I would find someone to like just go dance with.
all right.
Like it would be Nami. I'd go take Nami out with me.
Okay, you guys start dancing. Other people start joining. As the Dragonborn gets up, he kind of looks at you and he's like, to you. Shows the thing hanging there and he's like, he descends down, just strong Dragonborn jaw staring at you as it disappears.
Yeah.
I hope he makes it.
He's going down, he's like, it's Minzar, by the way.
He's gonna come back years later and like.
I want this to be the stinger scene after we finish the whole campaign. Menza has returned for my lady!
Enid, I have returned!
So you start dancing, and other people get up and start dancing. You even see Durnan, like, he slaps the countertop, like, ha ha! About bloody time, 3 strings! Everyone's having a good time. Why don't you guys roll a performance check to see how good you are at dancing?
Sure. I'm
Oh my
great at
God.
dancing.
Oh, I can't
That
wait
water
for
didn't
one of
even make
Or if one of you is better than the other, you can roll with advantage as
What
you
are we
take the lead.
rolling?
Performance. No, we're rolling separate.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Enid has
21.
Enid has the grace of the very winds herself. And you're like, yep, no, I got it. She's like flipping around and spinning. I think you dance all the time in the Feywild, right? Like
I think that's how you look.
Yeah.
But that's like that's how you get around.
Oh, I gotta go to lunch.
Jig.
finally I can clock out for the day.
It's like you wake up in the morning and you go brush your teeth and you get out of bed and you're just like.
Can't believe the amount of traffic on my dance chant today.
Whew. Okay. Yeah, you guys dance. What do you guys do? People are having a good time. You're playing with 3 strings. He's like, you guys are kind of like shoulder to shoulder now, you know?
Darmok and Jalad.
Yeah, you're Darmok and Jalad Tanaga right now. He'll whisper to you like, okay, key change coming up, you know, key of F, and you follow along. I mean, you're a competent player. So you guys have a good time. What about Hydarion? What are you doing throughout this whole thing?
Hydarion is sat down probably at a gambling table of some sort, dice or cards, and he's not looking to make money or really lose money. He's
just
kinda,
playing.
just playing and kind of observing comings and goings, keeping a special eye out for crew members he knew and
Okay.
the elf.
Cool. So you play for some time. You guys dance for some time. Not long after, as this is going on, you see that door open and Yagra comes out, and she's like, looking like she's like, what the shit? And she's like, all right. And I mean, she just comes over. You see her like lean into one of the regulars, and he's like, all right. And she kind of picks him up out of the seat and starts dancing with him.
I would try to get near Yagra to
Okay,
dance.
all right, we'll get there. And then behind her, that elf kind of comes and he leans up against the door frame, and he's kind of scanning the crowd, and he sees you, Enid, and he just is like, nods somewhat imperceptibly at you.
Do I notice?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
he waits until you're looking at him, and he just kind of does the old like,
I'll just give him a bigger smile than I already have.
all right. He kind of comes back, pushes the door closed.
Did Yagra pick up a halfling to dance with?
No, in fact, not a halfling. Yagra just picked up some regular there, just some balding, sunburned-looking man who's like clearly not really enjoying it.
Come on, you son of a bitch!
It's like, all right, Yagra, all right. And she's like, you can't keep up. Kind of picks him up and throws him back in the chair. looks at you guys. It's like, ha ha! You two! Comes over and just starts dancing with you guys in a fairly aggressive way. Not like anything. Just, it's like, alright! Like, kind of picking you up and moving you to the side and stuff.
Like clearly, a mosh pit.
Yeah, just very strong.
It's Enid's first mosh pit.
Yeah. What do you guys do? Anything in particular?
Well, just like
really,
so she's dancing like with us,
yeah,
or next to us.
Yeah, she's dancing with you. But I mean, I imagine there's like a lot of people dancing at this point, so she'll sort of change partners and stuff, and everyone's kind of flitting about.
Yeah. I just want to keep up dancing because it looks like I'm doing a good job at it.
Yeah, you're. I mean, and I think even some people like they'll kind of pull back. Like,
I think she just likes the attention.
Yeah, and you are clearly probably the best dancer.
Like anything
that
Enid can do to get like a positive reaction out of people, she'll be like, "Oh fuck yeah, it's my moment."
And you and Yagra could not be more polar opposites. Whereas you are Grace, she's nothing but kinetic. Like she'll pick up a chair with someone on and just like slashing them around. They're like,
That's
stop,
like how I
Yagra,
dance
stop.
in real life.
They're like, stop, please stop. She's pulling people in like, come on. Like, no. She's like, yeah, you.
Love me.
As you all are doing this, you are the only one really being super perceptive at the door. You're struggling to keep up with 3 strings, and he's purposely like, that was pretty good. You know, this one, like some fast song. You're like, oh, jeez. You're not rusty, but you know, you have to
type of
keep
music
up.
that he plays.
Yeah, exactly. But 3-string sees that people are having a blast, and so he leans into it. He's just playing nothing but like waltzes, like quick waltzes and quick songs with like a heavy beat to keep people dancing. You, in fact, do see almost clearly moving with purpose and moving, trying to keep hidden. A halfling comes in carrying a leather satchel and has kind of a wide-brimmed hat, almost like a bowler hat that's kind of down a little bit and just kind of like walks back, walks right to the door. You watch as he leans against the door, taps on it, kind of knocks on it from his side, like some rhythmic knock that you couldn't quite make out. The door opens and he kind of looks and slips inside.
Did when he looked at me to smile, did it also look like he noticed Yagra?
He didn't. You didn't see him look, but she came out of the room with him.
She came out of the room.
She came out of the same room.
I didn't catch that. Okay,
Yeah.
I understand.
I'm gonna go out of my way to be nice and like appear to be happy to be like dancing around and interacting with Yago, but I'm not gonna like try for conversation or anything after the last time when someone was like, eyes are always watching.
Yeah. She's having a good time. She's like sweating pretty profusely. Like she'll slide by a table and like grab someone's beer. They're like, yeah, grass. She's like, glug, 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 slams it down, throws him a copper piece, and is just like, she's being belligerent, but not necessarily in a threatening way ever. Like it's sort of like she's a big, strong oaf, but isn't necessarily mistreating people. You know what I mean? Maybe
it's like a frat party.
being too forceful for sure. People are like, hey, please no.
It's
She's
a
like,
frat
oh yeah,
party,
you.
and she's the quarterback.
Basically, something like that.
Are a lot of people like sweating to the point of dancing to the point of sweating?
I would imagine so. There's a big roaring hearth. The fire's warm.
Are there like some couples dancing maybe? Like people...
Yeah, absolutely. You see a nice odd couple as a little halfling is dancing with a big burly dwarf woman.
Okay.
She's picked him up and is like cradling him underneath his legs.
Like when you dance at the church.
Yeah.
I forgot.
I think Hydarian would kind of like tap out of his game eventually after he saw the
Yeah, I think
halfling.
you stayed about
Yeah.
even. You weren't going hard.
And would kind of join the dancing and attempt to dance his way across the room to Nami and Enid.
Okay. Go ahead and make a performance check. Let's see how good you are.
Do it.
Hydarian is doing like the dad dance. I'm like, yeah, guys. Yep. Like, clearly just so embarrassingly bad. He's like, hey, guys.
I wanted to
Okay, spend it.
I wanted to ate mine because I have fancy footwork.
I'm forever
Hydarian is an awful dancer. You're holding your own. You're not embarrassingly bad.
But I have fancy footwork. Like, straight up.
But it's more sword fighting with finesse. It carries over. You're good. You're just not...
Okay.
You're just not a Feywild flower good.
That rolled a 21.
Jesus.
Hadarian's this like 6'6", like
You're like this.
man.
You're doing the like the
like
mom
this.
dance.
Oh my god,
Like
the mom dance,
you're pursing your lips.
You're just raising the roof.
Yeah, it's really bad.
staying in this like square of safety. I think kind of like Moses.
Yeah. Really bad.
It's like breakdancing on the floor.
Yeah.
Rat Pooley said it's riding the seahorse. Like, you're like, yeah, guys. We're just like, dude, what is this guy doing? But you make your way over to Nami.
I think he would try and then like lean into Nami and just be like, Nami, the halfling has now entered the room.
Have we seen him before?
I don't recognize him at all.
And you don't.
He had some sort of weird hat on, not unlike our old captain, just less feathered. And
Should we stay here for the night until he comes back out?
I think keeping watch would probably be a good idea.
Couple minutes later, Three Strings takes a break, and he's like, "Bring!" Like, all right, thanks everyone. You kept up. Nice job.
You're a far better actor than I took you for, and I apologize for prejudging you.
It happens all the time. It's by design, in fact.
It's rare that people get one over on me. I'm impressed, Nux.
Hard to bullshit a bullshitter.
That's what they say.
Got any information for me? Maybe a message from Mert?
I beg. Let me confer with my companions, but I believe we do have a message from Mert.
It's like, great. Maybe I have one from him as well.
I should catch you after our break. I am sweating.
He's like, yeah, that was fun.
I'm sweating more.
He's like, yeah, I mean, check this out.
I'll pull out my kerchief and...
This like competitive bromance.
Durnan is like, 3 strings! What the hell? He's like, what can I say, Durnan? Like to play him slow? Caught me on an upbeat night. Alright, you find your way to the group. People are laughing, and I mean, the thought of the adventures that went down the portal, you know, this is now half an hour ago, is behind everybody.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's already done and gone.
Like, alright.
Yeah, whatever. It happens all the time. They're fucking dead. Who cares? And you all are kind of finding your way back to each other.
You surface dwellers definitely dance a little bit different than we do under the water.
I saw a bit of that as I was playing. I could teach you.
As you say that, you hear a chair like as Yagra is putting someone back, and she's like, "Oh, whatever that was, you're gonna have to show me that sometime." Kind of pushes past you guys, goes back to the room, looks around, and kind of covers the way she knocks on it. And then the door opens, and you see her kind of slide in.
Amongst my people, I am a wonderfully skilled dancer. However, while you all were merrymaking, I did some observing, and our halfling friend has arrived. And it is not in fact Garland and Cutty. It is Yagra, and a halfling with a penchant for hats, not unlike Captain Aranios.
What is it with people in hats in this town?
It must be the trend.
Was it a nice looking hat?
There are no nice looking hats.
Did it look expensive?
I don't know if Hydarian's the best one to ask about expensive hats, my dear.
Well, perhaps if we stay around long enough.
It was a big enough hat to cover his little halfling head and keep his identity hidden.
Well, I'm just saying. Worst comes to worst, we could visit a hat shop. A hattery.
It was not outlandish in its looks. It was very discreet, but identity was, again, concealed.
The LP came out, he smiled at me.
That note probably worked.
I didn't mean it for it to work or not. I just wanted to say hello.
Well, I think that salutation worked in opening the door and receiving, which is the point of all salutation. So, job well done. Well, so, as I saw Yagra went in there, you said the halfling's in there, and our elf friend.
Mm-hmm. The triumvirate of the location that we were supposed to find.
Well, let me go have a conversation with our dear Three Strings.
Why give him information?
Because he passes information to Mert. He's a harper. I've known since the first time.
Were we supposed to give that information ourselves?
We were told to communicate it back through the Harper network.
Sorry, I was getting stabbed, you know.
I'd totally forgotten that even happened.
I did not forget, Captain.
Asshole.
Right, go pass along. Meanwhile, I will show you the ride of the seahorse. It is a wonderful dance.
I'll look at them as I'm backing up like...
Hi, Darian. I've seen it quite a bit. I think I got the gist of it.
You lasso it up with the seaweed.
You gotta catch it with the seaweed.
And then you just ride the current. Ride the current.
You're going to find Three Strings.
I'm backing up.
You find Three Strings, and he's kind of chilling at the bar.
I'll
Drinking
do
with his
the
drinks.
the lean back, next to him, so I'm speaking to him like this.
You do the lean back.
It's another one of Hydarian's dance moves.
This one's called the small flipper. You want to move to the right? You do the swim.
Yeah, you do the flounder, you move one eye here, and you look around. Then you move the other eye.
Just making up dances tonight. It's good stuff.
Do the dorsal. Oh no.
We don't hold our noses.
Oh no.
Why don't we just write a DM's guild, like a small guide to Triton?
A guide to Triton dance. Done. Check for it on DM's Guild. A guide to Triton dance.
Pay what you want.
Yeah, the Nemo. Nice one.
I'm
Nice
sorry,
one. Thanks for the
everyone.
alley-oop there. Okay, so Three Strings kind of sips his beer. You look like you have something to say.
I do. I imagine that you already know what it is. If you wouldn't mind telling Matt that the location is here, and the 3 are confirmed.
Right under your nose, hmm?
But I was going to knock on the door this morning because I hate a mystery, but we thought it better to go find a talking horse.
You did right. That's Davil Star Song, by the way, the elf. He's a lieutenant in the Zinterm.
Did we go with him?
No, but
you're
you can
learning
this
Triton
information
dance.
now.
It's so nice to have a place to write my notes down.
What was his name?
Devil Star Song.
Davil Star Song. Dangerous fellow. That's why I'm here.
Just to keep tabs on him.
Keep tabs on him. His going abouts. Yagra, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Decent enough. Half-orc, I suppose.
She's muscle.
That's right. Dangerous, but loyal. The halfling. Well, that's Or Meadow Trapper. He's their money man. He goes around cooking books. I don't think he has anything on Durnan, oddly enough. Perhaps they chose to work here for just that reason. But I have a lot on other shopkeepers, tavern owners. You know the business. Extortion. Just... He's... he's the money man.
He is the money man. Any idea where he stays?
I really don't know, as a matter of fact, but... suppose probably the North Ward. I couldn't say for sure. I've never been instructed to tail him, and I don't do things out on my own like that could expose me or, well,
Put yourself
cause
in
their
danger. Put the information you keep in danger.
That's not what the Harpers do.
That's what I hear.
Would be curious to know where he lives, I suppose, but Not sure I'm willing to pay you for it. But I understand you're opening a tavern and it's in some disrepair.
That's correct.
Well, Mert has relayed something to me, if you're interested in a paying gig.
Well, as I'm afraid you know my circumstances, you know that I'm interested in every paying gig.
400 gold pieces for your party. They simply have to show up tomorrow at the docks. A dignitary's arriving. A king. From Austin, have you heard of it?
In short.
That's right. I'm impressed. Anyways, the Zentrum have considerable holdings there. They operate a mercenary network. They exploit the place for all it's worth. Standard Zentrum operating procedure, I'm afraid. Well, the Zentrum have the resources of a nation-state behind them, and the Austin barbarian tribes do not, so you can imagine how that's going. But the Lord's Alliance, tacitly aware of what's going on, well, they could put a stop to it. The king's here to negotiate a treaty. Here's where it gets interesting. Austin traditions dictate that dignitaries such as this travel by themselves. It would be an insult. This king, from what I hear, has done a lot to unite the tribes. There's a lot of faith put in him. And here he is on a big ship all by himself.
In the den of lions, as it were.
Indeed. Indeed. Although tigers might be more appropriate here. You'll see. Well, if you're up to it, you're to meet with Mordecai Tullins. That's his contact from the Lord's Alliance here. A scholar, not a fighter. And escort them. I would be surprised if there are no attempts on his life. Perhaps even blatant, if I know the Zentrum well, and I do.
Make an example, put everybody else who would think to do the same thing. Well, give them second thoughts.
That's exactly right. I figure you could be there and put a stop to it.
Yes, we could rather openly define the Zentrum. I can do that.
Well, it is a little open, I suppose. But the Lord's Alliance, I think they're interested in this treaty. You know, they've got a little bit of a public relations problem sometimes, especially with the rumors of Neverember. Stealing gold from the people. I wish I knew if that were true or not. I don't.
The Hero Lord. Uplifted by the heroes, no less. He was their man, as they say.
That he was. So, this is an opportunity for them to make right with a tribe and get something else in return. Imagine if they could get some of those resources without all the bloodshed. Make this a win-win. Trade partners.
That's always what they call it, isn't it?
That's what they call it. So, sounds like you're up for the job then?
We'll do it.
I'll pass the information along to Mert. As I said, arrives tomorrow morning, late morning, 10 a.m.
Very good. Mert will give us the other half of what he owes us then as well, I suppose.
I suppose I can fund that for you.
Thank you.
I forget what it was. Another 50? Was it 100 total?
No, it was less than that.
It was 50 total, right?
I think it was 50 total, so they gave us... I don't even think it was that. I think it was...
I think we got 20 out of it.
I don't remember. He hands you 30 gold.
Sure.
Let's make it...
Why not
Let's make it 30... Yeah, make it 40 gold, whatever. Everyone gets 10 gold. Makes it easy enough. It doesn't matter. It's order of magnitude is the only thing that matters with money in this game.
I'll be like, well, thank you, my dear Three Strings, or Nux, whichever you prefer.
3 strings will do. Well, I suppose your group is up for it, so good luck tomorrow.
Thank you. We should...
Sizable payout. You can come back to me, or if you're lucky enough to find Mert, you can track him down, but doubt you'll be able to.
Somehow, I think you're right.
All right. Excellent playing tonight. I look forward to playing again.
You are a master, Three Strings.
He bows kind of cordially. You all are now just watching Whistler talking to Three Strings, and Whistler, you rejoin the party. You can auto-summarize it if you want, or feel free to roleplay through it.
I'll summarize to the point of, you're like, we do have a gig that we could do tomorrow that I've agreed to. I hope you'll also agree. Do you remember that ceremonial bit we saw by the pier, expecting somebody?
King Raimi?
That's exactly right, my dear. Well, the Harpers would like us to merely show up there, meet their contact, Mordecai. It appears that there is a lord of tribes, barbarian tribes, in Chol. The Zentarim have been doing a bit of colonialism, if any of you are familiar with it. Exploiting the resources of another country. They obviously have a lot. Jolt doesn't quite have the defense, so they're looking to strike a treaty with the Lord's Alliance. Apparently, tradition dictates that the king travels alone, as he's a warrior. No bodyguards, no nothing. Now, if you were the Zentrum, and one lonely warrior came into your house, what would you try to do?
Court-martial. And probably kill him.
Court-martial.
I was gonna say just talk to him.
Nami, what would you do?
I always make a good loaf whenever I have a guest. Just kidding. He's gonna die.
He's going to die. And I think rather publicly and blatantly. Not at all subtle.
Well,
So we're going to protect him.
good.
Like heroes.
But won't that tell people publicly that we are opposing the Zentrum?
Tell them that we've taken a job. The Zentrum might be upset with us. Bit cross.
How do we protect him if he doesn't... If tradition doesn't allow him to protect it?
We're here to meet him warrior to warrior to make sure he gets here. These are our traditions. We can say whatever we want.
This is true.
400 gold. Plus, I don't mind making friends with any level of royalty. Plus doing a solid for the Lord's Alliance. As Three Strings brought up, they are got a bit of a public relations image problem right now. Their most decorated warrior and lord has apparently hidden away a bunch of stolen money. And now there's a new lord. And plus, the whole election of lords here is a bit shady and behind the shadows. I don't think any of us regular people know how it happens.
We are going to have to, at the very least, work for a side in this at some point or another. That's where the money is.
Still not necessarily on the side.
I said work for a side. It does not mean we commit. But one does not get through a war without picking a side eventually. We might do well to keep that in mind. The line is always drawn in the sand somewhere.
Maybe I prefer to never join, but I understand your point. Are we in agreement? I'm sorry I agreed beforehand. It seems something to do.
400 gold is not exactly a job we can turn down at this point anyways.
That's my thought.
Are we good? Alright.
One thing. Do we know exactly how these interim go about usually with these things?
Public killings?
What do they sneak about, or is it more of...
In all honesty, I don't know. If it were me, I'd probably try to create a diversion, and while everyone's looking one way, put a knife in somebody's back.
Aye, but you were sneaking one.
The Zentrum are full. The Zentrum are all rats.
It is unfortunate. I would hate to be a rat.
I don't know. It could be from a building top. There's plenty of buildings, as we saw. Somebody was shooting at us just last night from the rooftop. Somebody could try to rush us, a group.
That would be preferred.
Somebody could try to throw alchemist fire, drop a fireball. That's risky. Doing magic in that out in the open. I think it would be something a bit more material. Little cuddy-cuddy. Throaty.
Stabby.
Stabby.
Captain is good at
Stabby with the
stabby. I saw her stab a man's hand straight through when he tried to steal her portion of grog.
I was thirsty.
I forgot that you were.
Well, we do need to probably brush up on our perceptive skills because we ourselves got jumped not 24 hours after one of our own was shanked in an alleyway. How do we expect to defend the king?
Well, we're working together.
Nobody's allowed to get that close. I realize none of you have probably ever been escorted anywhere as nobility. Nobody's allowed to touch you is the thing. Your guard set up a perimeter.
Except he has no guards.
But we are going to be his guards.
But we can't. I wonder if they want us to outwardly be his guards or if that would dissatisfy his cultural needs.
Well, I think as Whistler was somewhat implying, I think we can easily just show up, say that as a token of respect, it is customary that we will accompany him during his visit. Maybe no one asks any questions. That's what I thought you were saying.
That is what I'm saying. How's he to know our customs?
This is true.
We can make them up. That's the beauty. Technically, all customs are made up anyway. Somewhat arbitrary.
Aye, that's our superstitions.
And if anyone asks any questions, maybe just name drop someone. Leave it at that.
My friend Mert, maybe? Or do we want to keep that name off these streets for now?
Absolutely off the street.
I don't think anybody would know much. It wouldn't help us out.
Just make some fake committee name. Say it's above their information level.
Aye.
I imagine it might be quite blatant whatever happens, so we won't have to worry too much.
Or maybe nothing will happen.
Well, maybe nothing will happen.
Maybe
Thanks for
the-
looking at the bright side, Enid. We just have a nice, lovely walk to the Castle Ward, where I'm sure he's going to speak to the Lord's Alliance. We get to see the castle. If he's going somewhere else besides the castle, I'm going to be a little disappointed.
I hope he does not go to an inn. It'd be a bit of a letdown. We see lots of them.
All right, it's about 6 o'clock p.m. What do you guys want to do with the rest of your night? It's starting to get dark out there. Merry is still being made in the yawning portal.
I don't know that I have anything I particularly want to do tonight.
Yeah, I think Hydarian would kind of just join the evening's festivities of merrymaking, gambling, dancing. Probably not dancing. But just kind of join in the evening of the tavern.
Okay. Cool. You guys are not heading back to Troll Skull or anything like that in the evening, just chilling in...
Yeah, I don't think we'll head back till we talk to Merdia.
Cool. All right. Well, with that, then we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back in 10 minutes. See y'all in a bit. Hey, y'all. We're back with another installment of Maclore 1997.
Forgot. It's Maclore 1997.
That's the title. And today we're going to talk about today. Like, you're watching this multiple days. This is a disaster. But we're going to keep rolling, because that's how we do. Going to talk about our Princes of the Apocalypse campaign. And if you're watching this on YouTube or catching up, Princes of the Apocalypse rolls into Castle Mac versus Elemental Evil because my man killed us all. Party wipe. It was great.
They killed themselves.
Yeah, we kind of did. I mean, if you watch it, there were some points that you were like, no, we could have saved it. Why don't you give us a setup? For
Okay,
Princes of the
so
Apocalypse?
Princes of the Apocalypse, the kind of the newly published remake of Temple of Elemental Evil. It started out again. We had maybe it takes place after our original campaign, Horde of the Dragon Queen, about a year and a half difference. Actually, no, I think it was about 2 years at this point. Year and a half
yeah,
to
it
2.
was about a year and a half.
Year and a half to 2. So the Sword Coast is fairly devastated.
Right.
But adventurers were needed. And so we had the lovely characters. I'll start with this and then Steven can say the other one. So his character of Broderick Reinwald, an old non-commissioned officer who was a bard but had no vicious mockery or anything like that. That was far past his prime and looking for a good time to die. Had lived his life with his family and needed a bit to lead the other two a bit.
Yeah, he was a fun character. And then, of course, Andrew played Heinrich, who was a cleric / potentially avatar of Tempest, which was a lot of fun to explore.
He was the son of Tempest.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. Lydia came in and played Odara, who was a fire genasi. Didn't get to explore a lot of her story because we all died. And then our friend Jeff played for a little while there at the beginning as... oh gosh, I get
Nas.
the two of them. Yeah, Nas, because Nal was Andrew's name.
Yeah.
Anyways. And he was like an assassin wizard, had been trained to be this assassin and had kind of broken away from it. So anyway, so that campaign, like Sean said, was a year and a half after the rise of Tiamat, and I think in our kind of head, it was a lot of the scattered cultists
That was
looking for a cause.
It's a question. Like, arcane knowledge, they were part of a cult that clearly got destroyed, and I think the prophets of elemental evil
Coffee grindage?
Yeah.
You guys getting the coffee grindage?
were
That's canon.
recruiting. But the big thing, they saved a small town called Red Larch.
Yeah.
They went into the ruins of Tyar Basil, which was this dwarven city, and then something beneath that, the Fane of the Eye.
Mm-hmm.
The characters fought a number of dungeons throughout there. They were able to get one of the elemental weapons, the legendary, and they ended up calling Nithbis's help when Adara didn't want to give it up, kind of Lord of the Rings style.
Yeah. Windvane, right? Is that the one?
That was the one.
Yeah.
So Nithbis suddenly became aware of the full situation, and when they did not make it out of one of the dungeons at all, that's when the kind of original high-level heroes decided to step in.
Right. So we kind of use that just as an opportunity to revisit our OG characters, those same characters we've been talking about, Ennis, Nithbis, Kothai. Really, those three kind of came back, along with young Wayland, who had everything all right up there, who had just returned from Barovia. We're gonna keep rolling. You guys get this raw.
This is it.
Monday
It's the
Night
castle.
Raw. And so the four of them descended into the Fane, having, Nithbis realizing how important it was. And they got there, and, I'll just say, knowing that Waterdeep was right around the corner. We had like 3 sessions, I think, until Waterdeep was in our hands. I knew I wanted to wrap it up relatively quickly to at least kind of finish off the story. I'll let you run that to the end there.
So Steven had a genius idea. So, 1, to save time, and 2, the OGs are those characters going through each of those dungeons. Those dungeons are very elaborate, so anybody who wants to do a lot of complex dungeons, that's the one for you.
There's some really cool ideas in there.
They're dope.
Yeah, and we didn't spoil much of it.
Yep, we missed a lot of it. So as the heroes descended, they come across the remaining prophets and think this ritual's about to start. To the prophet's surprise, something goes wrong. And instead, Tiamat manages to tear through and interrupt their ritual to come back. This time, far stronger than last time. The heroes take a beating. They give as much as they get to Tiamat, realizing that it is
They're not gonna win.
is dire.
Maybe. I think they had it still, but anyways.
If I had it.
Y'all were good.
Wayland decides to call on the help of a legendary wizard who appears, is frightened, and manages to use a high-level disintegration spell to push back Tiamat again. So the elemental cults essentially were dealt with and undone, frankly, more by Tiamat.
Right.
And Tiamat was pushed back again, but as of now, the original heroes are kind of scattered. Nithbis is spending all of her resources trying to figure out how to stop Tiamat.
Right, very focused on that, kind of almost singularly.
Ennis is still still being the matron of the church and, lending any support she can to those who've been wounded. Wayland, through the back marches, is setting up a castle now.
Yep.
Kothai is wandering as he always does and making sure that the Skyreach is completed. The
Yeah.
rebuilt Skyreach.
I think that kind of wraps up the Mac lore in the briefest terms that we can give it. So, a quick high-level timeline, right?
Yep.
Tyranny of Dragons in Mac lore was 3 years ago, from where we're at right now. We're recording this video as of we just recorded Waterdeep Dragon Heist Episode 7. That's the current state of the art, if you will. That's the current timeline. So, minus 3 years is the start of the Tyranny of Dragons campaign. And that lasted about 6 months of game time, given all the travel and the caravan time. About 6 months, maybe a little shorter, but we'll call it 6 months. After that, about a year and a half passed until Princes of the Apocalypse and Strahd took place sort of in a little window. There was one little crossover.
Yep.
I think in Princes of the Apocalypse, or no, in Strahd, you guys saw the tree and got a glimpse of the heroes from Princes of the Apocalypse because it was
Yes.
looking into different realms.
That's right.
Strahd's worth watching if you guys want. I think it was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
They're all worth watching if you got time. And then Princes lasted maybe 2 months in game time, something like that. And then we kind of jumped ahead to more or less where we're at right now with Waterdeep Dragon Heist. So about 3 years after that war, which again kind of devastated the Sword Coast in our world. As we kind of were thinking about it, it's not really spoken so much in the book, but the metallic dragons say we want half of that hoard, and that hoard represented a massive amount of theft.
The entire fortune of the
Right.
Sword Coast.
Right.
So.
Yeah, so we decided, hey, that would be hard to recover from. So they're getting there now, but that's informed a lot of the situation on the Sword Coast and has left a little bit of a power vacuum for someone willing to unite people.
Correct. Charismatic leader.
Mm-hmm. With the powers of the dark gods of a dark pantheon that's been long forgotten.
Yep.
So stay tuned for that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's it. We got anything else we want to add? Anything else that's worth noting?
We'll do another video if
Cool.
we think we need to add more.
All right, this was fun. I hope this was helpful. Hope this provided some context for you guys. It's been fun to kind of revisit it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Thanks, y'all.
Hey, y'all. Thank you for sticking it out with us for this episode. This is something we're trying out. We're going to have some videos to play during the breaks where we are going to discuss some Castle Mac lore. We make a lot of references to it in our former games, and we've had a lot of people kind of ask us for a little bit of context. So this first video, we're going to talk about the first campaign we ever played, which was the Tyranny of Dragons campaign. A lot of those characters get referenced all the time in what we call the Mac-Gotten realms, sort of our world. Sean, you wanna tell us who was playing who and kind of what we were up to?
This is a good one to reference. It's not on stream, and it's the biggest kind of epic event that's taken place that has now shaped our version of the Sword Coast. So player-wise, we had Lydia, Raven, myself, and we had our friend Jeff playing. Those were the players. Steven was the DM.
Mm-hmm.
It quickly started. We had a tiefling druid played by who is Nithbis, played by Raven.
So you hear Nithbis referenced a lot throughout our other games. She currently, as of today when we're recording it, we're on episode 7 of Waterdeep Dragon Heist. She runs, essentially established a town called Goldenleaf just outside of Neverwinter that kind of caters to adventurers. After seeing what adventurers were able to do for the world, she kind of fosters that. So, hey everyone, welcome back. Thanks for sticking it out through the break. So, you all do nothing else in particular that the rest of the night. Just kind of pursue your own interests, hang out a little bit in the
Take a bath.
in the portal. All right, take a nice bath.
Wash your hand off.
Yeah. What about you, Enid? What do you get up to in the portal?
In the portal, nothing really.
Okay. Nothing else really of substance happens. I mean, if you guys wait around, eventually you do see Yagra come back out. She has some drinks, and eventually that halfling does leave. And he kind of has his hat down, carrying that satchel, kind of moving scurrying for the door, essentially. And finally, the elf also comes out. He comes out, kind of stands against the door frame, turns around, locks the door, takes the key, walks up to the counter, slaps it on, and slides it over to Dernan, who takes it and just kind of puts it in his back pocket. And he leaves as well, unless anyone tries to do anything or change that. Anything else you all would like to do or say throughout the evening? If not, we will jump ahead to the next morning.
I'm assuming I took an early night just to be prepared.
Yeah, plus you were still recovering from...
Last time we were supposed to meet someone first thing in the morning, we were like hungover and got there like 4 hours late.
I lost my mind. He was dead.
True.
We drank like 2 bottles of rum.
Yeah, you were supposed to be reviving me the next morning.
Nope.
Got hammered.
You're just hammered. In your honor.
Yeah,
Awake.
it was a week.
Other than that, man, yeah, we're ready to wake up the next morning, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed,
Cool.
ready to escort.
All right, you all wake up the next morning. Again, Shaylee has made a wonderful breakfast for you all as you are staying in the inn. I believe still rent-free, based on what you did with the initial fight with the troll, which I think does prompt the, when are you all going to be moving on, or are you going to be gracing us for a time longer?
Well, as soon as we deal with a bit of housekeeping, see, we have a job to go to today, but after that, we need to recover a loved one for somebody else we know so that we can move into our manor house.
Oh, wonderful. Well, no rush, was just asking. All right, enjoy your breakfast.
The typical cost for...
For the room you guys have, it's probably a golden night, which is not, like, exorbitant. I think that's
Like
what it costs. It might be, between 1 and 5 gold a night.
Yeah, we have a big common room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But-
But you have it all to yourselves. So.
Yeah.
Trust us, if we're here longer than 2 more nights with, we'll start chipping in.
Oh, sure. It doesn't bother me any, but just figured I'd ask.
We don't want to impose at all.
Of course not. Well, thank you. All right. Well, you have a wonderful rest of your day, and see you tonight or tomorrow morning, more likely.
See you, Shaylee. Thank
All right.
you.
Good luck, and don't get hurt.
Looking around, is it like the same 2 to 3 like?
Oh yeah, it's absolutely
same-
the regulars.
Like the same drunk
Yep.
dwarf. Okay, just
Yep.
noting.
Yeah, it's the same 3 regulars.
Those ones don't seem to be able to hold their alcohol very well.
Maybe so. It's all they're holding.
All right, then we jump ahead. You all arrive at the docks. Above, seagulls are crying out. It's a unseasonably warm day. Warmer than you would have expected by a good, couple degrees. The sun is shining brightly. It's that crisp, clean feeling of sunlight in fall, reflecting off all of the metallic armor flying overhead on the griffins, reflecting off the green-tinted slate roofs and metal roofs of the dwellings here in the Sea Ward. And as you approach the dock ward, there's already a huge crowd. A huge crowd is waiting, and there's an electricity about it. People are excited to see whatever's going on. You come up and you see a halfling father picking up his daughter, trying to get aside. She's like, I can't see you, Papa. He's like, I know, love, but we'll try to get a bit closer. And you just hear people, excited and wondering what they're going to see. And in fact, you all see these green and yellow striped sails of this large ship. It's a design you're not really familiar with. Not to say that it looks altogether alien, but it's definitely got some different aesthetic than what you're used to.
Do we want to cut to...
Not yet. Not yet.
okay. Oh, okay.
Yes, so the sun overhead gleaming down on the deck, which is polished, and it looks like it's a mirror polish almost. And you see this man standing on the side in a tiger cape. Bright orange and black stripes. He's sort of surveying down, looking at all the people, Nobody else on deck at all. And you look down and you do see these oars kind of pulling the ship in and then receding into the hull. And he kind of looks down, surveys the crowd. You all are having a hard time pushing through. Just like, okay, all right. Like, trying to get through the crowd. It's almost panic-inducing how tightly knit this crowd is on this dock. And in fact, as you all are pushing down the stairs, you kind of hear some people kind of shouting, and then you hear a couple splashes as people were just pushed off the stone part of the dock before it turns into wood. People have pushed onto the pier. You can see there's a couple of Waterdeepian guards just like, okay, like, you can't be here. Like, trying to push people back, but the crowd is surging and swelling. These beads represent people, but in fact the people are as far as you can see. You all have pushed your way down to about the bottom of these steps coming down into this stone pier. When, as you were expecting, something happens. He kicks something and stairs kind of, and they kind of almost unfold, and you can see they're almost held together by these links of bamboo. They come down and smack the wood below. He takes a first step, and you see an arrow come from the crowd right into his shoulder. And immediately the crowd is like, ah! Everyone starts panicking, and you feel bodies pressing against you, people leaping into the water. He kind of holds it, and he's like, oh, and he kind of drops to one knee on the ship. Can I go ahead and get everyone to roll initiative?
I guess. Oh, cool.
I'm gonna re-roll my initiative.
Yeah. Boy, you crazy.
Oh, I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did.
Everybody roll me a perception check to see if you can even see where that arrow came from. Okay, pretty good rolls there.
I got a 13.
I got a 21.
Nope. Okay.
I got an 8.
But that was for my perception. My initiative was 23.
You, sir, Whistler, spot someone here trying to reconceal the bow. The rest of you do not see that, but Whistler, you're like, nah, man, I tracked that trajectory. And you just see the top, like, part of the wood coming back into the cloak. Okay, let's get those initiatives, y'all. Nami, where you at?
22.
22? Hoo. You were 21, right?
23.
23. Oh, man.
You guys, those are
Lydia
good.
was 24.
That's no 2.
That is pretty bad. How about you, Hydarion?
Also a 22.
Jesus.
Which one of you has higher dex?
She probably does. I'm a 14.
14.
Wait, she was 21, right?
No, we're about 22.
22.
Oh, you were 23.
Yeah.
Yeah, then her, yep. Although you guys can pick if you'd rather do that differently. And then this goes like this.
Too much of a difference.
Enid, poor Enid, is probably just like,
Yeah, you're like losing an ear.
Alright,
Yep.
so fireball happens.
Okay, Whistler, it is your turn. You definitely see that person putting their bow down. You're at 23, so I need to mark. This ally is just a reminder that something happens on initiative count 20. You see them kind of trying to hide in this crowd.
Okay. I can assume it's difficult to...
It is absolutely difficult to move through this crowd, and in fact, it's going to be quadruple movement to get anywhere. You have to, like, just push through people. It's a sea of bodies.
Okay.
So it's going to be, like, double difficult, like the plant growth spell.
Gotcha. Alright, well, I will yell out, be like, on the corner of the dock, I see it. And then I will pull out a small piece of iron and ting it with my fingers. Like, I'm like, stop. I need you to make a wisdom save, please.
Nice! I really, really like that. Okay, wisdom save incoming. Ting.
I'll have you re-roll that with one of them.
Okay. Let's go. Yeah, use these up, guys. You guys have been very generous. We got a lot of divine rerolls here. So use them up, y'all. Because I balance my encounters accordingly. That would be, I believe, a fail. What's your, say, like a 13?
13.
Yeah, that's a fail.
Alright, well, my dude, he is held. I have held person.
All right.
So, has to. It's paralyzed. On the end of each of its turns, it can make the same one to success.
It just starts like darting his eyes around quickly. You see some blood running out of his nose through the crowd of people just screaming and trying to get around you.
I will draw my rapier as well.
Okay.
I guess, let me see.
So you basically can move 1 square right now.
I can move 1 square.
Yep.
Okay, then I'm gonna move here.
Yep. Just shift the people around. You're just pushing through people now who are turning to like get past you. So you're fighting against this sea of people. Nami, it is your turn. By the way, as you're thinking, guys, I am right now beginning the Treaty of the Tiger King by our friend Kelsey Dion at the Arcane Library. You can pick this up in the Adventure Mixtape, which her and Ken Brees and Jake and who's the other? Those are the 3 I knew, and someone else named Sharang Biswas. There's 4 adventures, all between level 1 and 5, and 3 of them work really well within Waterdeep, so check that out. That's my plug for our friend Kelsey.
So I saw Whistler point to where?
I'll let you roll perception again to see if you see what happens. I didn't see it. Go ahead and
That
roll
was
again. It was cocked. It was a cock.
11 plus 2.
I think with that, yeah, you spot it. This person, you just see this person, like everyone else is trying to move, and there's one person just standing, like eyes darting around. Definitely like full, like 3/4 cover to you. You can find Adventure Mixtape, by the way, on RPG Drive-Thru. Or Drive-Thru RPG, whatever it's called. It's not on DM's Guild, it's on Drive-Thru RPG.
He's paralyzed, though.
He's paralyzed?
Yep.
I probably don't want to... I mean, sorry, in my head I'm just thinking if we attack him like in front of all these people...
Here.
I am going to move up a little. I'm going to get within... Actually, I probably don't even need to. 5, 10, 15, 20...
Can you move that just a little, Sean? It's actually missing the PCs.
Oh, yeah.
Is that on the pier?
Yes.
Behind him there's water?
No, the water
Okay.
is here.
City this way.
Yeah, sorry, there's actually a stone wall here. There's some stairs there. It's hard to see because it's all covered up.
Tell me if I'm wrong, but I think with my... I don't know. I'm going to hold my action just because I'm not sure and I don't want to take up too much time.
Okay. What do you want to have as a triggering action?
You can just take the dodge.
I'll just
if you
take
want.
dodge.
Okay. Hydarion, what about you? You can roll perception again as well, since Whistler did call out.
That would be 9 plus 2, so 11.
You know, you're looking. You're like, maybe you see someone, but you don't make heads or tails of it.
I think he wouldn't even really try that hard. He'd glance, not see it. I'm gonna take the dash action and try and get to the water.
Okay. Perfect.
So-
That'll essentially get you 3 squares.
Yeah,
So right on the edge with the dash
Sorry,
action.
kid. You're in the water now.
In fact, you do see people like swimming as they've been pushed off the side of the pier. You can see there are like stations set up where people are like cleaning fish and stuff. People have just pushed into them and they've knocked over all over the place.
And I'm gonna see if I can get eyes on the king.
You totally can. He's still
So
kind
he's
of at the
still
top of the
standing,
ship.
okay.
Yeah, he's still 15 feet up, or I guess maybe more like 10 feet up. But yeah, you can still see him. He's now kind of leaned down. Clearly has an arrow stuck in him.
Cool. That's really
Okay.
yeah, that's all I can do.
I need everyone to roll me a dexterity saving throw. Coach, you have advantage on this.
I'd like to use one of them suckers, please.
Alright, I'll go and spin this first.
Yep,
Yeah.
I got them all back here.
Okay. That's a 17.
Cool.
I'm missing a d20.
Oh, that reminds me. I'm missing a d20 too.
Yours is right here.
Yours is here.
Oh.
Does anyone see one that looks
never
like
mind.
this?
I'm good.
That's my good one. I just had it.
Little Pink Town.
I don't even want
That's,
to roll the other
Ice Cream
craps.
Boy.
Alright, what did everybody get? Did everybody get above a 14? A 14 or above?
I did.
I did now. Yeah.
You did not.
didn't.
Poor
Or
sweet
now.
Enid. As you're like, what's going on? The crowd is just surging around you, and you are knocked prone and trampled for 5 points of damage.
Good lord.
You're just people are stepping on you, and I mean, it's panic-inducing. Like at first you're like, oh, this sucks. Oh god! And you're right there, right as you approach the stairs. If you wouldn't mind knocking her prone
That is
for me, please.
bullshit.
Yeah, kinda. But the crowd does thin a little bit as it heads up those stairs. Can you take that last row off there? The crowd is trying to disperse. Okay, with that, it's... Ooh, bad guys. So this guy gets to make a save at the end of his turn, you said?
Mm-hmm. Nope.
Okay, he is still stuck. However, you now start to see arrows raining down around the king. And in fact, Hydarion, as you've reached the edge, the person in front of you throws their cloak back, draws out an arrow, and tries to fire. I assume you're trying to disrupt them.
I would, yes.
So they would fire with disadvantage on the king. Fires quickly, fires another one not knowing, and you kind of knock his arm, and he looks back at you and is like, drops the bow to the ground and pulls a short sword. This one, having seen what you did, Whistler, draws a bow and is trying to aim kind of on tippy toes, trying to shoot through the crowd. You've got +4 armor class right now. First shot is a... What's your armor class now?
17.
Including that bonus?
Yep.
Ooh, we gotcha. 6 points of damage.
And I'll make my con.
And miss on the second shot.
So let me roll my con.
You're good.
Yeah.
And the other one fires at the king. Got a crit.
Go ahead and re-roll that.
Yeah, re-roll it.
Yeah, protect the king. Still a hit, but not a crit anymore.
Wait, why do I...
Okay. You see a second arrow just slam into the king's... And you hear him visibly make a sound. Okay.
Who doesn't have an inspo?
I spent mine, but I have the wrong one. But I'll give mine out
I need one.
as such.
I'm giving one to Enid. She got trampled.
Yeah.
Who
Nice.
doesn't? Who else doesn't have one?
I think we're all out, except for Enid now. So
I'll give mine to Hydarion.
thank you.
Alright, you see another one right near the gangplank. Draws a big long sword and seems to take a defensive stance holding the blade. With that, it would be you, Enid, as people are just trampling over top of you.
I will use my face step ability
Oh, cool.
and teleport myself, probably panicking behind the crowd.
Cool. And you are in spring, so what is that? What's the ability?
I would have the opportunity to transport someone else,
Oh, cool.
but I'm not.
Okay. You sort of...
Yeah,
Is this where you want to be?
yeah.
Okay.
As a bonus action, and then I'll just take the dodge.
Okay. You can now clearly see people holding bows.
I'm still going to take the dodge.
Okay.
In character, I think I would be just way too disoriented.
Okay, you take the dodge. You see the king stand up, take the hood of his cloak, and as he pulls it down, transforms into a tiger.
Tight.
I don't actually have a tiger, and it's going to get close.
Hey, you've scared Maisie,
Yeah,
so
sorry,
can you?
dog. And we're going to use a big old woof. A woof. Still with 2 arrows sticking out, the tiger leaps down onto the pier and approaches that bandito. It does miss, but the band's still like, whoa, and it's just like, kind of slashing through the
Give
air.
him inspo.
All right, sweet. Nope, still misses, but that's
Damn.
okay.
He doesn't get any more.
The bandit is sort of take a step back and swinging the blade at the tiger. Whistler, it's your turn.
I'll be like, what are all of you doing? Okay. So, I can move 1 square is all I can
Basically
move.
1 square right now.
Alright, then I won't do that. Okay, so as long as I don't... So really, spellcaster. I maintain concentration as long as I don't cast another concentration
Right,
spell.
you can cast anything else, but not another concentration.
Okay. I will cast... Let's see. For the one who shot at me, I'll be like, no. I'll just do whispers that start to surround his head as I'm still holding the metal for the other one to keep holding it. I'll do dissonant
It's
whispers.
vibrating.
Just
You doing it on this one here?
this one right here.
Okay.
So if you'll make me that wisdom save, please.
I can't see.
That is a fail.
All right, so that is 3d6.
He has to run away.
Okay, so yeah, that's 7 damage, and it has to use its reaction to
Alright,
move.
well, it pushes through the crowd to about there.
All right, and then I can move 1 with my movement, right?
Yep, you're just making your way through the crowd as best you can. Okay, anything else?
Done that. No, that's it.
Name.
1 square is my total movement, right?
Unless you dash, in which case it's 3. Because
Okay.
it's essentially 4 squares per movement.
If that's
But
the
you have
case,
2 left over.
I can make it to here. Whoops. Right?
That'd be a
Guaranteed.
dash.
Yeah, with a dash.
You can actually get there without a dash because you can move through Whistler easier than you can move through other people.
Okay.
So that is without a dash.
Okay, so that's my normal. So that's my
Yep.
normal movement. And I get to
You put that displaced one back in where her spot was.
sorry. I get to sneak attack because Hydarian's
Sure
within
do.
5 feet.
You do indeed.
So I'm going to attack with my rapier. And I'm going to try and do it so that no one can see that I'm like killing this guy right next to them. But
sounds
I'm
good
sure
to
it's
me.
so sardine that no one can
Oh
even
yeah,
see.
in fact you're kind of having to like line it up just right to even get the attack. Go ahead and do
Before
it.
she rolls, I'm gonna inspire her.
Inspire.
Yeah,
Oh,
get
wow,
the
thanks.
inspire.
12 plus 4. 16?
That would definitely be a hit, yes.
Okay. So
So you get 2d6 plus a d8.
15?
Would you like to describe how you kill this would-be assassin?
I think that I just kind of gently walk up to him, put my arm around him, and in the same movement, just like...
Oh yeah.
Slice
Right there,
his
and you
throat.
see just like
And
blood squirts on you a little bit.
with my dash, because I get to bonus action...
Yeah, you get the bonus action
Or
dash.
can I sneak attack again? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Totally.
I will just slip in right here.
Okay.
Just toss him over the edge into the water.
Oh yeah, he falls into the water. Nice. Let's see. With that, we are to you, Hydarion.
I think as Nami slipped away, he'd be like, cover me. And he would dive straight into the water.
Sweet. I love it.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Oh yeah.
And we're just gonna spring up out of the water at him and try and
Awesome.
smash him with. And we're gonna use our bonus action to designate him as the Slayer's Prey. So I designate one creature I see within 60 feet. The first time each turn that I hit a target with a weapon attack, it takes an extra d6 of damage.
I love it. Awesome. Yep.
Is that like Hunter's
You
Mark?
just dive in,
My other hunters
come
yeah.
splashing up out with your gosh, what do you have?
Trident.
Yeah, trident.
We're gonna re-roll that.
Yeah, go ahead and re-roll that.
Pick a different boy though.
That
13 plus 4.
that sir is a hit.
Alright. So 2d4 and a d6. So, alright, so 6, 14 damage.
Whew. Alright, that captain is like fighting off this this tiger and just kind of looks down at you. You're like down in the water, having stabbed right up into the ass, and swings his blade at you, looking significantly less confident. Can I please have Whistler and Nami make me dex saves. Enid, you make a dex save with advantage. Hydarian, you are completely out of it.
I'm gonna re-roll. Please.
There it is.
Got it. I got an 18.
What'd you get, Lynn?
No, I'm sorry.
I got a 16
I got a
plus
19.
whatever.
Wait, was I making a save?
Oh, yeah. What'd you get? Okay. You are knocked prone and take 5 points of bashing damage as the crowd continues swelling around thee. Go ahead and remove 3 over there if you would. As the crowd shrinks just a little bit. Let's see. Okay, so with that, we are over to the bandits. The bandits. Nami is prone right now. That is probably fine. Nami, the bandit on you, in fact, draws a scimitar and swings down at you.
Oh, re-roll that, please, my dude.
And misses. You kind of roll around. You use like someone's mailed boot. Like you pick it up and kind of block the hits. And then he attacks again. What's your armor class, Nami?
13.
He does get you.
Can I get a pencil?
Oh, pencil. For 4 damage, Nami, as he's kind of into the stone, sparks flying up as a scimitar hits the ground. You're kind of trying to roll out of the way. He nicks you just a little bit. This guy's going to try to get out of his hold person, which he does not. This guy, in fact, takes his bow, takes a couple steps back here, and takes a shot at... Well, why don't we just leave it to fate? Lydia, can you roll me a d4?
I got a 1.
Okay, he shoots at the king, in fact. First shot is a hit. Second shot is a miss. You just see another arrow into the tiger. Yeah?
No, never mind. We did it right.
Okay. With that, it is this lieutenant's turn. He is going to first turn around. 3. Nice. Turn around and attack you with the scimitar. Don't think that hits you. Swings again with the scimitar as he kind of whirls it around and attacks down.
That's still a no for me.
Also a no. And then he draws a dagger from his belt, holding it overhand, and tries to stab at this tiger.
He's real
They
bad.
hired someone inept to do this assassination attempt. So with that, it is over to you, Enid.
I will use a sorcery point to cast Firebolt without any verbal or somatic components.
Okay, cool.
And I will hit the one that's attacking Nami.
Okay, great. He's going to have covers. He's going to have some extra armor, just because of all the people. But that will do.
And then it's a D10, right?
Yes, it is.
Do you get an extra one at level 4?
5.
5. Well, he got 4 damage.
Okay, yeah. I mean, you guys just... This streak of lightning slams into him, and when it does, people kind of feel the heat, and they're just like, ah! Clearly, not knowing where magic is coming from.
I was like,
What was that? Oh,
my
what
God.
was that? Whistler.
Okay, so help me out here. I could go here. I can't go here, here, here if I'm going through Nami.
Correct.
So there's no way to get there because I can't end on her.
You can't. There's just too many people pushing past you. Grimy faces, look of fear in the Waterdevians as they flee the pier.
Although because you just can't end on somebody.
You just can't end on somebody.
So if I went here, could I go here and move back if I push this person out of the way? I'm just trying to figure
you'd
it
be
out.
out of movement because technically she's still...
Yeah, got it.
So unfortunately,
No,
not
that's
quite.
okay. I'm just trying to get it down. That's okay.
what are the guards doing? The Waterdevian guards?
They're kind of standing around somewhat inept.
Okay.
They're dealing with the panicking people right now.
Crowd control.
Okay. I'm going to, as I'm still holding this piece and my rapier in the other hand, though, I'm going to look at this one again. I'm like, perhaps you didn't hear me. And please make a wisdom save.
Yes, sir. That would be a fail.
Okay, that is 9 more damage on him, and his reaction is to have to run away.
All right, Nami, you're looking up at him as he's swinging his scimitar, and he suddenly is like, no! You see blood start to pour out of his nose, and he turns like he's gonna run, and he collapses on the ground and just falls down dead.
Damn.
He is a gunner.
Thanks, y'all.
Probably looks like he just got burned and trampled, though.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, let's see. Up next would be Nami, unless you have anything else, Whistler.
Yes. I will be like, Nami. No, it's no time for a nap. Got Bardic Inspiration.
Nice. You got a D6 Bardic Inspiration, and it is your turn. So,
I get to add it to any attack roll.
Any roll. Any
roll,
D20
really.
roll, basically.
That's not for damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
I am going to 5. 10. That's a baddie, and then that's a baddie.
Yeah.
I don't want to take on 2.
Well, that one's paralyzed.
That one's paralyzed.
Don't forget, it's going to take half your move to stand up.
Yeah.
Oh, but you got bonus action shenanigans.
So I
You're
have
good.
half my move to stand up,
Yep.
and then that's 5 feet there.
Yep.
So that's
So you got 10 feet left right now.
so then that's.
That would... You'd need to...
Could I get here at all with
you could
my?
you could get there without even
Yeah.
dashing.
Okay.
You go boom, boom.
Yep.
Got it.
Exactly.
Okay, so that would be my regular movement,
That's a regular move.
which is good because I got to keep track of all this crap. Do I have any more movement left?
No, not without a dash.
Okay, and with a dash, how much movement do I get? It's just gonna come up,
30 again. 30 feet. So 6 squares.
and that's water right there.
That is water right there.
Good. Actually, okay. So here's what I want to do, and I think I can do it. And I'll tell you what I'm
loving
gonna
where you're
try.
at so far. Hit.
So with my saving my bonus action of a dash, and having my rakish audacity, or no, my fancy footwork, so that I can't get opportunity attacks.
On who you attacked, right? Isn't it basically that? If you
Well,
attack someone,
yeah.
they don't get an
basically-
opportunity attack? Yeah. I'm with you. I'm tracking. You're going to attack him and then try to jump in the water.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm gonna attack this dude.
Okay, yep. And you get to sneak attack even without having someone adjacent because of your subclass.
But only if no other creatures within 5 feet of me.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, I checked that, and I don't want to cheat.
Oh, yep. Well,
So-
okay, but let me help you out here. You have your dash. You're going to jump in the water, right?
So I would just move.
You could go right
pivot
there.
around.
You could
Okay,
go right there.
Thanks.
You bonus action dash, slide around. He's tracking you.
That's what I was trying to figure out because I want to do it the correct way. I'm rolling like shit with this one tonight now.
Well, what was that roll? A 6?
No, what did I roll? Like a 2 or
It was a
something?
Yeah,
I
okay.
don't know.
Well,
It was a 5 plus 4.
the gods have smiled upon thee.
These are...
They're kind of meaty.
Okay,
That would be a hit.
I'll spin that.
Woo!
18.
You slide through the crowd. Fancy footwork. He's tracking you. He spins the scimitar, and you kind of do a dance, and then just right through his eyes, kind of all the way to the hilt. And he sort of tries to grab at it limply, and you pull it out, and he just collapses on the ground.
Since I was successful with killing him, I'm actually going to... Is there anything over here at all I can hide behind?
Yes, I think there is a crashed stall here that would look like I was describing earlier, like the fish cleaning spots where they come in off the boats and they clean them up. You could certainly try to hide there.
I'm sure that dude saw me.
Oh, he's tracking. Yeah, he's watching you come that way.
His eyes are kind of moving while he's held.
Yeah.
If that's the case, I am going to jump into the water, and
Okay.
I'm going to wait right there and hope that he comes looking for me.
Hope that guy comes. Okay.
But I'm going to be under the water.
right.
But, yeah.
Like
I'm
just
gonna...
a little bit so you can see out. All right, cool. You just dive in.
Ooh. Yeah.
All these aquatic races going on. The place to do it. Okay, nice. Hydarion, it is you again, sir.
As a bonus action with Slayer's Prey still going on, I'm also going to cast Hunter's Mark onto...
Stacks upon stacks upon stacks. Meat
Stacks
and
on
cheese
stacks.
and meat and cheese.
Sandwich sounds really good right now.
And then... Actually, no, we're not going to cast that. We're going to cast Zephyr Strike
Okay.
on him.
I don't know what that does.
So my movement doesn't provoke opportunity attacks. Once before the spell ends, I may give myself advantage on an attack. This attack deals an additional 1d8.
Tight.
My walk speed also increases by 30 feet until the end of turn.
Okay, cool.
So I have advantage on him with an additional d6 and now d8.
Cool. Do it. What does that total come out to?
That comes out to a 14. And we're going to re-roll. $17.
That is a hit.
Yeah.
Alright. Here we go. Let's see, 6, 10, 12 plus 4, so 16 more damage.
If you say so, man.
Okay, man.
I can't read those dice. Okay, he's sort of now pinned between you and this massive tiger. I think I skipped the tiger's turn, whatever. He swings back at you, kind of trying to go back and forth. You wait for the opening and just let... It's like... There's just this like singing, shimmering line behind the Zephyr Strike as you infuse some magic into the blow. And it just digs under his armor. Two of the prongs dig deep and you feel them kind of hitting bone before you pull them out. The barbed tip, like rending flesh. You see the armor's been torn open now and blood starts pouring out of the side. But he is still active. And I now need just you, Whistler, to make a dex save. The difficulty has now gone down because the crowd is thinning.
Because of all the murders?
That's an
Yeah.
18.
Yeah, you're good. People are just like, all right, pardon me.
Anybody get out of my way?
Well, here's what we're gonna do. We're shedding 6 off the edges.
6? Or just 3 from each edge?
6 total.
Okay, here you go. Here's
Now that it's thinned out. There you go. There's the current crowd situation. And I think these guys, though, they're moving.
Yeah.
So that's the current crowd sitch.
You fuckers.
That's the sit rep.
You got more here.
Thank you. And let's see. Let me just get these sorted real fast. And with that, we're up to the remaining baddies. There aren't many. In fact, what is there? 1?
Mm-hmm. He needs to make his wisdom save.
Yep, he's stuck fast. So for his turn, he is attempting to break the hold person, which he does not do.
So close.
Doesn't happen. So with that... Ooh. Almost messed that up, but I didn't. These are hard, man. How come you never let me know how hard they are, Sean? Alright, this guy, again, takes a scimitar, swings down at you, Coach. What's your armor class?
17.
That is a miss. Swings again. That is a hit, sir. He did, in fact, get you. Takes 7 points of damage. And he then swings his dagger at this tiger. Misses horribly. Enid.
Move me up a little bit, like behind Whistler.
Here.
Right there.
Got it.
I can see him. Is he going to have cover because of... If I shoot across the water, will he have cover because of Whistler?
Nah.
Straight line.
No, you're good.
Perfect. Okay, I will burn another... Meta magic. What is that called? Sorcery point. There you go. And do another firebolt.
Cool.
Quietly and with no motion.
That is a hit, for sure.
Got him. 5. Attack that tiger too.
Singes some of the wounds he just took close as he kind of... but he is still standing, although it is the king's turn now. And you see him rear back with a claw and try to swipe it across. Does get a hit, in fact. Alright. He just snarls and growls and swings his big meaty paw. It kind of hits him. You hear the thwack first, and then the claws dig and pull. And he's looking down at you, Hydarian, looking at this Tiger King. Looks like he's considering whether or not to flee. Whistler, it is your turn, sir.
Okay, well, I will do my move one square.
Just fighting through the crowd, man.
Just
If only you can swim.
I mean, I can swim, but
Well, but not like that.
But can you swim?
all right. Well, then turning to him anyway. You can't move. Isn't that terrifying? Please make a wisdom save.
All right.
This is just vicious mockery.
Does
Maybe.
pass.
No, he can pass that one.
Would you like me to roll this? Okay.
He's stuck. I'm good.
He is nice and stuck. Nami, you're up. You're kind of treading water there, waiting. You don't see the other bandits show up.
He didn't? Is this part of the dock here? Or is this...
That is like the stone, like, I don't know what it's called, the like long stone piece of the pier where then the wooden piers come off. So I guess it's part of the dock works, basically.
Is there any way that I could swim along a little, come back up without him seeing? No, I wouldn't be able to get to him again.
Yeah, I mean, he's stuck anyways right now. He is paralyzed.
Oh, yeah. And I see he's paralyzed still?
I think you saw when you dove in.
I mean,
if
he's
you,
still mid crossbow boat trying to
if
load
you
it.
pop up, you can see that he's still just like
Alright, could I pop up and, like, climb back on and get over there?
100%. Oh, absolutely.
Then I'm gonna do it!
As well.
There you go. Roll with
And-
advantage because he is stuck, and if you hit, it's an auto crit because he is paralyzed. Okay, you ready to see some
18.
damage?
Yeah.
4d6, 2d8.
Yeah, girl.
The combo meal right there. The old road attacking a
think
paralyzed
he's
target
dead.
trick. Yeah, okay. You splash up out of the water and you see him just... his eyes are the only thing tracking. He's just... like right into his collarbone. Just... you see blood pour out of his nose and you pull it out and his body collapses.
As I see that all, bing, I'll let it go and put my...
Nice.
And I still have,
Yeah, you still got movement. Still got your bonus action left.
I'll pop back into the water
Okay.
if I have enough movement.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Hi, Darion. It is your turn.
How hard would it be for me to drag this man under the
It
water?
would be a grapple. So you would
Yeah,
you
we're
would
gonna-
make an attack roll. I think you have to hit, and then you do opposed athletics.
Yeah, we're gonna...
Don't you have to hit first to do a grapple, or is that tavern
think-
brawling?
I think you just go immediately to... Grapple takes place instead of, so you're making a special attack.
So you just do the opposed athletics.
I'm
period,
almost
huh?
positive you just go into the opposed
I
athletics.
feel like I have to look that up all the time. I never remember the grapple rules because we use it like once a year or something.
Well, here's your yearly grapple, sir.
All right, opposed athletics, or he can use acrobatics. I do remember that.
Yeah. I'm looking at it.
So many shinies over here.
It's probably even in all honesty. So we're gonna re-roll.
Okay.
Because we're sitting at a 13 here. Oh, good. So that's a 10.
You try to grab him, he puts a boot firmly on your face and pushes, and you sort of lose your grip and fall down. He got a 14. So, that is that. Whistler. Final deck save. The difficulty is now 12 as this crowd is finally dispersing.
I'll use a reroll.
Okay, go for it. This one's spent. Sorry.
Yeah, stupid.
I made it, actually.
Nice.
I got a 13.
The final people push past you and they're like, oh my god, oh my god! Oh god.
I think he's a little like...
Yes.
Like,
please get the yeah. Totally not patient with them at all. Okay, but it is your go. No, it's not.
No.
Sorry. What am I talking about?
I was like,
I'm staring at it.
I'm good.
Well, they're all dead, so that's easy. Okay, this dude, he looks to you, Hydarion, looks to the king, and he's like, be careful. And you hear a... And then he stops, and then he's... And you start to see foam coming out of his mouth. And it collapses falls to the ground, and the scimitar kind of clatters onto the wooden deck. And you can see that there's a small needle sticking out of the handle.
Huh? What? He killed himself?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Killed himself.
Yes, he did. And with that, we're out of initiative.
I'll climb up onto the pier
Yeah,
to meet Hydarian.
pull himself out.
Yeah, I'll push past the people.
Alright, you suddenly see the tiger morphs back into this man, arrows sticking out of him. He looks down at them and says, "Thank you for your assistance. I am King Raimi of Austin," and he ignores the arrows and puts a hand out. "I believe this is the tradition of your people." He does the
Well,
he does the full handshake.
I'll go for a low bow and be like, "By the moons and the suns, I honor you."
He says, "I thank you. You need not bow to me. You all maybe saved my life. I was fearful of an attempt on my life, as I was warned by my friend Mordecai, but I was not expecting such brashness. Your people are strange to me."
Me too.
They are not our people, but they are from the same area.
He nods. "I understand. Your people are many and varied, like the tribes of Cholt."
I have no doubt. Chult is still much a mystery to many here.
"I shall endeavor to make that less so." And he looks down at the blade. He's like, "Curious. A magic blade." And he picks it up, and you can see there are these runes inscribed up the side, little needles sticking out. He says, "Oh, ingenious." You can see there's a little trigger that's switched, and that seemed to have hit the spring. And he turns it over, unscrews it. "Poison. One could put any potion in it." He throws it to you, Hydarian. "Sir, you have a +1 scimitar of potion storing. You can store any potion inside it, and as an interact, you can imbibe the potion that is stored in the handle."
You can take drugs.
Yeah, it will pierce your palm.
Performance enhancing.
Yeah, exactly. "I fear my friend Mordecai is not here." And as he says it, you're like, "Oh, my king, forgive me!" Kind of pushing through the crowd. Like, pardon me. Tall, lanky, academic-looking fellow, wearing almost, not quite, but almost like a monk's robes. Just looked like something you'd be like, whatever, let's put this on. Yeah, whatever, it's fine. Clearly not caring about the way he's dressed. It's got a rope belt around the side, and it's got these ribbons of different colors kind of hanging off the sides. It seemed to be some scholarly significance. And he comes down, he's like, "Oh, my king, I'm so sorry. You know, I tried to warn you that this could happen. Who are you, by the way? I saw your deeds." And he's kind of looking at you, because you were the one down in the water splashing around, and I think you as well. He's like, I saw your deeds. Whatever brought you here? Whatever compelled you to act on my king's behalf?" And the king is like, "Mordecai, please. Shh. This is a time for reflection."
You are the Master Mordecai, yes?
Not master, but yes, I am Mordecai. I owe my life to these people, this king, and now it seems I couldn't be here to save his. I feel nothing but regret for this. I'm so sorry, and I'm so ever so thankful for your intervention.
Please, friend. We intended to find you before the king got very far. We were sent here by some mutual friends to help you.
The king kind of cocks an eyebrow. He's like, "I understand. Perhaps we could speak in private."
Hey, that would be best. However, we should get you to where you are going and off these streets as quick as possible.
Are you going to the castle?
I'm afraid not. But I do have many social functions to attend. And he kind of looks at you all and looks at Mordecai, and you almost see wheels turning, and he's like, "Perhaps you all would be willing to help me navigate them. for a hefty price.
Well, of course we probably would have agreed out of honor, but since you've already mentioned it, who would we be to turn it down?
I do thank you for your intervention. The people of Austin will know of your deeds.
We want the best for your people.
We shall see. And Mordecai's like, but my king, we should get to anywhere right now. We should get off these streets before they make another attempt on your life. And he says, I think that will be wise, Mordecai. You will accompany me then.
Absolutely.
Well,
This makes me very happy.
as we're leaving, are the guards still there?
They've ushered the people off. But in fact, as they usher the people, you see one or two of them turn around like, my king! Like, pretty sarcastically. Like, is everything okay?
While we're walking up, I'm gonna be like, assassin. I'm gonna use detect thoughts.
Okay.
I'm gonna be like, names and ranks, gentlemen.
Okay, alright. So, the first one, he's like, Sergeant Ragram Ditsk, of course. And the other one says, Braylon. Braylon Berry. And as you're detecting their thoughts, you do get that they're like, what the fuck does this guy want? Like, you don't necessarily hear anything about conspiracy, but you do, right off the bat, get that they're inconvenienced right now, which is a strange way to feel about it.
Getting to know quite a bit of the guard around here, and in fact, I know Captain Staggart rather well. I'm curious why it took us, who've come to escort the king, to deal with these assassins. Why did you do nothing?
At this, they both kind of glance at each other, and you do hear, like, the echoing, like, fuck, Staggart. Staggart. They're like, fuck, shit. He's like, oh, well, it's just you saw the stampede. We were trying to keep people from getting harmed, and once we saw that you had it under control with the king, our duty is to the people of Waterdeep, and so we were trying to make sure no one else got hurt. I was pulling people out of the water as they was pushed over. That one woman, she said she couldn't swim. I was doing my best to keep them safe from harm.
I'm here on official business to escort the king. I'm not pleased whatsoever. Now.
Yeah.
Because the way I saw it,
you are hearing now, like, oh, fuck.
Right. It would seem that you were choosing to do nothing, rather than doing what you told me. And trust me, it's not a good idea to lie to me, soldiers.
They kind of look at each other, and you do hear in one, he's like, shit, what does he know? What does he know? You can only really do one person at a time. On
Yeah,
right?
you can just do one.
So he's here like, what does he know? He's like, I'm sorry it looked that way, certainly. And we are aren't we grateful? We're grateful for your intervention here. We should just be on our way. I hope that none of that makes any official reports, as we will certainly report how you all came to the rescue of the king.
I see. Well, if we are assailed again, and I find that there's no guards present next time we need them, I'm afraid an official report will have to be filed. And now I have both of your names and ranks.
You do hear like, okay, fuck, he doesn't know, fuck. Yeah, sure. Got it. Thank you all. Sorry for any Yeah.
Can
Thank
you,
you.
roll to push deeper into their thoughts?
They get a save once you push deeper.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And then they know that they've been...
They know they're being probed.
Yeah.
I'm like, hold on, one more thing.
He turns. Fuck in his head.
Your face seems familiar to me. I'll try to probe deeper.
Alright. And it is I think it's a wisdom save.
I can
Use
tell
spell in
you.
the presence of creatures you can't see. Yeah, the target must make a wisdom save. If it fails, you gain insight into its reasoning. Attempt to probe deeper, yep. Oh, he fails. He's like, sorry, what? And you just, like, you're in his body, accepting a gold satchel from someone, and he's like, and remember, don't intervene. He's like, got it. Taking the gold. You see him talking to the other guard, like, here's your half. And really he's counting it, and it's like a third. He's like, putting it back in his satchel. And you push it, he's just like, all right. Don't want any trouble here. Don't want any more trouble.
Think I got what I came for. Thank you.
He's like, yeah. Come on, let's get out of here. And I mean, he kind of keeps turning back over his shoulder, looking at you, and picks up the pace, and they hurriedly leave.
Well, they were paid off to do nothing, I'm afraid.
Perhaps we could use that information to our advantage.
I don't disagree. That's why I didn't cause more of a fuss now. We have their names. I know they took money.
It's a good spot to be in right now, us knowing.
Agreed.
It is, but now we have to reason what exactly is a safe place for the king.
As you say that, Mordecai is hailing a coach. He's like, sir, please, yes? Can we, please? Yes. Right this way, my king. Right this way, my
Is it Maxine?
No,
Oh.
it's not. It's another coach. That'd be good, though. It's just another coach. It's crummy. It's like a completely unpainted wagon. It's not covered. It doesn't look very comfortable. The driver behind it is this woman with like really stringy, greasy black hair. She's like, "Yep, come on in." Teeth are kind of black, and he's just like, "My king, please, please."
Oh, Your Majesty, please note this isn't the best we have to offer. I'm sorry.
He's like, "I understand. There are many varied people here, different structure levels."
Yes.
Yes.
I don't understand what that means, probably.
Yeah, you're
I'm just like,
cool.
Yeah, some people are taller and...
yeah. That's
As I
true.
was saying, I must attend to many social functions tomorrow, and then sign a treaty the following day. Sorry, he doesn't say tomorrow, he says today. So let me rewind that. I must attend many social functions this evening, and then negotiate the treaty tomorrow. I am a stranger to your customs, and though Mordecai is a friend and a loyal subject, I don't think he understands. And Mordecai's like, well, my liege. And he's like, I mean no offense, Mordecai. I am simply looking at the tools as they are presented me. Would you coach me on your customs and assist me in this endeavor?
Finally, something I know that we can absolutely accomplish. My king, I am a prince of an area far away from here, so I am frankly well versed in not only customs, but I'm quite litigious when looking at contracts.
He has a big smile on his face and says, then I think this will go swimmingly.
I like that phrase.
Yes.
And with that, everyone, we're going to wrap up for the evening. We'll be back next Sunday with the entirety of the Treaty of the Tiger King by our friend Kelsey Dion.
I love it.
Y'all having fun? That was a good sesh.
I'm loving it.
Good
Love
sesh. All right. Thank you all for joining us tonight. Hope you guys have fun. Let's see who we can launch a raid on.
Who can we raid?
MTD Jake, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you guys let him know we played part of... You saw part of the adventure mixtape?
Yeah.
And he makes more, so...
He is another one of the authors on this adventure mixtape. I'm just checking real fast to make sure. Yeah, they are doing Chult right now.
Mixtape video.
Cult of personality.
Mixtape video. Mixtape video. Mixtape video. Mixtape video.
Thank you all for joining us. Come hang out on our Discord if you're not. Are you all having fun with that? Because I'm loving your characters so much. So
I'm
much.
loving it.
Nice. Y'all went a different route than I was expecting, but that's all good. This adventure is very open-ended. I figured you guys would go deal with the sisterhood first, but hey, there's
We
no
were
timetable.
kind of planning on it, but this just seemed like...
Once you said
You
it
give
was
us the
tomorrow
side
morning,
quest?
it was
Yeah.
like, I mean, what are we
Y'all
gonna go
do
in
what
the
I
middle
do
of
in
the
open world games. I'm like, oh, side quest. Let me go. Oh, side quest. We're gonna go do this, and then I'm like 30 hours.
night? I'm a completist.
Yeah, 100%. All right, thank you all for joining us once again. Let's go launch this raid. Tell Jake hi. Go pick up the adventure mixtape. It's really fantastic. Boom.
Oh my god, stop!
That was a lot of